I brought some hand sanitizer.
Do you use the bathroom at all?
No. Good. Why do you think?
Joel saw that she was Asian. He goes, Asian.
No, he was offensively saying karate. And I was like, wow.
Oh, karate.
I should have said karate, which is the proper Asian.
Is it? All Asians say karate.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's true, Joel.
This is my problem when I watch the. We're already getting into it. Watch the news. And
Are we recording? Good.
Are we live?
So tell me that when you hear someone on Go, they're on, like a local LA news, and they are doing a live report from somewhere, and then they're like, "Well, this is Maria Gonzalez from live from Pomona," and then I go, "Okay, now I get it," but then I go, "But what?" And then people say, "Well, it's proper to do it that way," but then I go, "What region of either of Central America or Mexico or Mexico South America or Spain,
Argentina, where?
Does that mean that when someone says, I would like some chow mein, that I have to say, chow mein? Does it mean that? I know as a white dude, it's really like so typical to ask that.
Right, you are white, obviously. I mean, you have an exotic sort of, your hair there's an uprush going on.
Oh,
and your body looks African American.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a little bit. No,
it's a little racist.
No,
too.
He just looks like
racist. It's racist Wednesday with Brian.
No, hold on. He looks athletic and muscular and very lean.
Black?
Here's the interesting part. My penis is American Samoan.
I didn't know that.
It's long and fat. Long and fat.
How dare you?
Again.
So many.
His penis is diabetic.
Oh my God.
Is this too much?
No.
Where am I going? What am I saying?
Penis has really fat ankles.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
The end, the lower part of his cock is thick.
His penis has a Moana tattoo.
It has tattoos right up, just under the head, just right up on the edge.
Oh, you have the war tattoos on there.
Yes. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Wow.
No.
Good.
We worked it out. This is a very nice studio.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, it really shows your success.
We've done very well.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
Well, thank you.
You said he had an athletic build. B. Did you know he played Division I football?
I
research.
did know that. But I heard that a long time ago. I think you played tight end at USC?
God damn it.
All right.
Washington, man.
Thank
Washington.
you.
He's a Husky.
The only Pac-12 school that matters.
What? Is that right?
Yeah. See, that's a fun, intimidating thing to pull out. But then I look at you and your ears, and I go, that's the most intimidating thing on the planet.
Yeah, that's a different. That's a different
that's
body
why
type.
tattoos aren't just like that just shows you.
Yeah.
You've done it.
He's done it.
I guess.
I wish I could just cauliflower my ears now.
Yeah.
You could.
I could start, but then
Played at Colorado.
Not worth it.
you played at Colorado.
You won all 4 years. Did you play all 4 years?
No, I quit after a year and a half. I never played. I was a red shirt.
You were a red shirt walk-on?
I was a walk-on. Then they saw how bad I was, and then I got better, and then they redshirted me when I was a sophomore.
Right.
And then my ADHD kicked in, and I left.
So you know how red shirt and like walk-ons work? So you're like the runt. So you're like you're the scout team. So let's say he was playing SC. He would have to be the scout team guy, and if he was tight end, he'd have to mimic what that guy does.
Exactly.
It's the worst job in the world.
Right.
It's not great. You had a scholarship and were there for a reason.
Hold on. I was a walk-on for a year and a half and then got a scholarship.
Good for you.
But he was also like a Ivy League. So you played lacrosse and you
got
were like
that?
freshman.
Ivy League?
Ivy League?
No, you were freshman of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played lacrosse at another school.
But he's a really good athlete.
Vassar, right?
No,
which is not Ivy.
Yeah,
but
no.
He's a very good athlete at Harvard.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what's funny is he always says to me, I don't know from this, but I look at him, I go, you're huge. And he says, not that huge. You see the guys I played football with, and then I'll see guys who, and I go, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that's what you're competing with. So you're a big guy. But then I look at him and I go, oh, bigger.
Am I crazy? Joel's bigger than me.
No, I'm sorry, Bubba. Now look, Joel is
how tall are you, Joel?
He's a big kid.
6'4".
Yeah,
I'm 6'4".
Big kid. But you're
and
different
he has the
frame.
hair.
Bubba, you're different frame.
But you have the cool,
beanie,
watch
the
cap
hipster
thing.
beanie.
Joel, you about 220, 215?
Thank you for saying that. No, I'm about 207.
207. 207.
I'm down a bit.
Now,
I would do anything but 207.
I know. Now he's 270.
I dropped down to 190 about a year ago.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. How'd you feel?
That would be
I could
impossible
actually
for him.
see my stomach muscles for the
Shred
first time.
City, dude. You know when you got jacked is in that movie, that the horror movie did.
Thank
with
you for
Bana.
seeing it.
Bring it up.
That's one of my, it's one of my favorite horror movies.
What
it's
is it?
so goddamn
How
good.
dare you?
Deliver Us
from Evil.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
And you were acting heavy, and you could
I
have
was
been
acting heavy.
You know who took your job?
You were
know
a
who got
cop.
your job?
Who?
In A Quiet Place. John Krasinski.
Oh no, I
played your
never had
role.
that job.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there I am. Yeah, that's. There's me being interviewed with fake
He was
tattoos.
like a detective, and they're hunting this bad guy down. But you're pretty jacked in that.
He's thin. He's thin.
And that's I weigh
Eric
more
Bana.
now. That's Eric Bana. Yeah, no, it described in the thing. It said you were much bigger than Eric Bana. So, and Eric is big.
Yeah.
So then I went to the gym like.
Well, he was Hulk.
I'm a fan of his.
He's such a. I hate him.
Yeah.
Very hard to deal with.
Joel.
I'm going on the record here and saying he is a piece of shit.
Jesus, Joel, come on, man.
He is way too. So I remember when my wife first met him, she was like, "Yeah, he's very attractive."
Yeah.
And I said, "You hit very, as in you don't put that word in front of me."
Yeah.
She was like, "He just like looks like a movie star," and I was like, "Okay."
Is he Australian?
He
Yes,
is.
he is.
He leaves.
Had a
it-
sketch
What a
show.
diamond.
Had a sketch show.
Yeah, he was supposed to be he wanted to be
Yeah.
a comic.
Yeah.
He had like the #1 sketch show in Australia.
Oh, wow.
Then he got this movie called Chopper, which you guys would love.
Saw
if
it.
you've ever seen it.
Saw it.
I've never
Based on a
seen it.
true story.
Yes,
Loved
there's a
it.
real guy,
You seen
and
it?
based on that,
Take a look at him.
he got
Plays a
Holy
criminal.
shit!
Oh, yeah.
he wasn't joking
Oh
around.
wow, he got jacked.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then he started getting cast internationally in all these serious roles.
Oh, wow.
And no one knew him as a comedian. I mean, that is a Oscar-winning performance.
Oh, wow.
that
Oh,
thing.
Chopper, one of my
Yeah.
favorite movies. That and Bronson with Tom Hardy. Those two
I'll put 'em on the
movies,
map,
you
yeah.
go, oh, and there's the real Chopper.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sweet.
Did you like Tom Hardy's Spider-Man Venom?
I love Venom. Everyone hates on it. I thought it was great.
Were you distracted by his accent?
No, not
You
really.
kind of look like Tom Hardy.
I get that a lot. You know, I think it's a compliment.
You couldn't be bigger. He's 140 naturally.
Well, we're not. Well, we're not. He didn't say you're the same size as Tom Hardy.
I don't
No.
see it.
You're probably
I get it all the time.
You're probably Tom Hardy size.
Who would you say I'm a little bigger, taller?
Tom's definitely stronger.
Hold
What?
on. You went, don't do that.
Who do you what?
Yeah, don't do that. Okay.
Go ahead. No.
Don't go, when I say that because I did a movie with him now,
With Tom what?
with Tom Hardy.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
With which one?
with Tom Hardy.
Which movie?
A movie called Warrior.
Oh
He's
yeah.
a hell of an actor, though.
Oh yeah. Is that
mean,
the
a hell
fight?
of an
That's the
actor.
fighter one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plays the brothers.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
never saw it. I have no
You
desire
never
to
saw
see it.
Warrior? You'd love it.
I don't
man.
like fight
It
movies.
has nothing to do with fighting. You'd love it.
Oh, it's a story about
Story about
brothers
two brothers. You'd
Who
love it.
have to fight.
So it's a phenomenal movie.
who
Are
have
you
to
kidding?
fight to pay the bills.
Yeah,
I
but
thought you were great in that. You played what? His accountant?
Joel, I feel like you're being okay. So I'm going to ask you. I played.
He was
Brian
Jack
Callen.
City in
Yes,
that.
he was.
Jack
I
City.
played Brian Callen.
You played basically the Joe Rogan of it.
I played the Joe Rogan role.
Oh, you did.
I did.
Did you? Yeah. So that was. He's a lot bigger than you.
You know, Joel, that's not the point, man. I feel like
You played
I
Joe
feel like
Rogan's
you're being
accountant?
super insulting.
I'm not
to me.
insulting. I'm just trying to
Quietly,
get to the
you're doing
bottom.
it where you're doing it quietly, and you're doing a Socratic thing. You're asking questions, but I think you know the answer. So
Thank you for saying that I'm a Socrates.
I didn't give you a
very
compliment
nice of
there,
you.
but I was a handsome son of a bitch. Take a look at me. Let's zoom in on
You're
that
like,
picture.
Listen, you need to fill out the 401k.
No, that's
'Cause
not-
This is going to be a lot of money, and
No.
you want to put it away.
No.
and
No, that's
you
not
want
what
to
I'm-
use it when you're 60 because it'll grow.
Those weren't the fucking lines, bro.
At least your suit was tailored, huh?
Well,
Jesus
you
Christ.
actually, it's a tighter suit than that. It's a
Men's
bad
Warehouse?
angle. It's a
Was
bad
it?
angle.
Right,
bad
because now it looks like you're in a fight in that scene.
Well, my natural, I have a martial presence. My natural tilt is to
Martial-
keep my chin down. So if you swing at me, you're going to catch forehead. Most
Oh, and
likely.
Joel Edgerton's in that too, huh?
Yes, he-
now I'm not
He's
going to
a
catch
monster.
forehead.
He's a monster and a good writer and a director.
Yeah, both guys are. Those are
Two monsters.
titans of acting.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you got you in there, and that's just great for you, wasn't it?
See, again,
Sorry, I'm trying to try.
No,
I see what you're saying that I'm doing, and I don't realize I'm doing.
no,
it.
you do realize it though. And I
Really
no,
sorry.
don't go shoot. Just
Hey, Joe, do you have anything to do with Talk Soup coming back? Did they call you like, hey, is this cool to do?
It's called The Soup, my friend.
The Soup.
Yeah, it's called Soup.
Well, his was Talk Soup, though, and this is The Soup, right?
Well, no, mine was The Soup
Yours
as
this,
well.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because when that Talk Soup was only about talk shows way back before you were born, when you were getting out of graduate school. Sorry, again,
Joel,
see what I'm doing.
Yeah, and this is not
I'm
appropriate.
not proud of it. I don't like it.
Okay, well, this is not you.
Don't enjoy
It's not
it.
appropriate right
I don't.
now.
This is there. Oh, hey, yeah, that was me. Yeah.
All right.
Different. There are a lot of different hair.
Yeah.
Hair going on.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with the new one.
Nothing.
I mean, I was fired 4 years ago, or 3 years ago.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
Yeah.
know you got fired. I thought you were just like, I'm fucking done with this.
No, they
fired before.
it wasn't they they were like, we're not doing the show anymore, and well, it's just,
I felt like it was a big hit.
it did very well, but now you can just cut this out because this is boring as hell. At that time, you had Chelsea and Joan Rivers and myself, and it was like comedy that they had like 2 hours of comedy
On E,
a
right?
day, basically, and then the Writers Guild came in and said, "Hey, you guys have written comedy," and at that point, and E still to this day is one of those cable networks that there's no unions, so there's no actual writers. They're all producers. So that's why with like the Kardashians, there's no writers, right? Even though everything's written, and that's why they can air the show endlessly. They can re-air a show 25 times a week. So they used to run the Soup like, I don't know, 13 or 14 times. So then they said, you got to pay writers or we're going to protest. And the writers were like, fantastic. And I was like, great, they'll get paid more. But then Chelsea left. Joan very sadly died. And then we were the last man on the island.
Yeah.
And then E saw, every rerun costs this much money. That does not fit our model.
Weird.
This was very boring. What I just said. So then
No,
they
I
were
think
like,
it's interesting.
So then they were like, goodbye, and we were like, okay, and then that I hope the new girl does well.
Do you know her at all?
I met her a few weeks ago at the Laugh Factory
she's
before the world exploded.
And now you're here COVID free. Hopefully.
Well, my gonorrhea is pretty
Oh, no.
contagious.
Yeah, well, we're going to take a look at that. if
You
it's a
don't.
trip.
You want to don't mess with this couch afterwards.
No,
just
I understand.
For like a day
Yeah.
and turn up the heat.
Okay, we'll turn the heat up.
Any of your friends have it?
No. No, and I'm
Michael
not.
Yo has it.
Jade got. I know Jade.
You know Jade.
I know her very
You
well.
just
Good
realized
for
she
her.
just Talk Soup.
That's a big deal for her. That's fucking awesome.
happened
I mean,
months ago.
I hope
Love
it.
it.
Yeah, I hope it does
for
well.
her,
I hope that you know.
fun.
I don't know what does, and this I've worked for you a ton. I don't know what does well on E besides the Kardashians.
It has very much
little tough, right?
become the Kardashian network, but they are some of the most recognizable people ever
the world.
They're
the
doing it for a
history.
reason.
I mean, they've steered into it very smartly, and I mean, it's a huge show.
It's huge.
But I don't know I'm not sure what else is on E these days. It's not like I love.
Oh,
them.
Botched.
All right, that does well.
I think that does well.
Yeah.
I'd like to go on there.
What do you
You
want
know,
to get done?
Botch wanted to fix my ears.
Everything looks great.
You know, Botch wanted to fix my ears.
No, I like yours.
Yeah.
Do they hurt ever?
No, not now.
Isn't there a thing though that they can become painful?
When it's happening, it's like awful. Hurts so bad. But then it gets harder. It calcifies.
But can they break? Can it
I don't
break?
think so. Well, you can. Like, there's been fighters where it gets really hard and they get like a scuffle and they like rip off or something. That's
Yeah.
not good.
Not good.
And so yours is from wrestling.
My grappling wrestling.
He was in the
yeah.
UFC, heavyweight,
Man,
for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah. Right? Is that fair?
Not 10 years.
6?
I was in the UFC, I think 6, fought for about 8.
Other than that, your face is there's no
Thanks, man.
big scars.
Got his nose broke.
So what
Face-
happened
face for TV.
with you, Brian?
What's your excuse?
Were you in a?
I had my nose broken a couple times
Yeah.
from taekwondo.
From what? Taekwondo?
Taekwondo. Karate, kung fu, I mean, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
sorry.
a bad one.
I know how.
So sorry.
And I box.
you box.
Yeah, I boxed this morning.
Who did you fight?
Okay. So I just today was hitting just mitts. So
You
again.
hit a mitt.
Nope. I said mitts. See, and now you're doing that thing again.
I am not. I swear to you.
All right.
I see what I keep doing, and I apologize.
Okay, so
and it
yeah.
keeps happening.
But I
Yeah.
don't know why I
So
keep doing it.
was
Joe,
there
what do
a
you do?
question?
What do you do for your workouts?
I pretty much just lift weights, and then
at your house.
Yeah, and then I have an Airdyne bike.
Of course,
that'll do it.
You know the Airdyne thing?
Oh, it's such a beast.
When I played football, they would get on that thing for 10 minutes.
Yes.
And people are like, no problem. They go, keep it above 60 RPMs
Nightmare.
or whatever.
You want to die.
The best athletes on the team would fall off.
Oh, you
thing.
die. But then you have like a strict diet. You have to be doing something, or you just genetically.
Thank you. And
Okay.
much.
He's Norwegian. He's of Scandinavian
What's
descent.
your descent?
I'm-
What explains this?
Now listen, I'm Irish Italian.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Southern
a rare
Italian.
combination in America.
It's a rare combination.
Okay.
Southern Italian. Didn't get a lot of the height. You got some nice tits on you there.
That's not a good example.
Well, but
That was
congratulations.
a long time ago. Thank you. That was Jim Rash.
Yeah.
Are you
Your
on a
chest
strict?
heavy.
Are you on some weird diet or what?
No, I just strategically. So this morning I had 2 cups of coffee and a graham cracker.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's
I
about.
knew I liked you, dude.
See, because I
my
was like,
style.
I'm never gonna not eat pasta. I'm
Yeah.
just not gonna eat all of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Portion control is, and then I have 6 bottles of wine a night.
Yeah.
And that is a
Yeah, little problem.
That's good.
That'll
carbs.
do it.
That's what I do. I drink. I like to drink. Obsessed with Tiger King. And
You're welcome.
almost done with it. Yeah.
You're almost done.
I can't believe you
I
haven't.
need a show because
This
I
is your
haven't-
show. It's 7-part series.
All right, because that new Call of Duty, the Warzone thing just happened, and I
Yeah.
can't not play that.
Oh, really?
Are you a video game
Gamer?
guy?
I love video games.
Really?
So much.
But you have to, how old are your kids?
12 and 14. They're boys.
And
so,
they're into
So
video
they play
games.
them.
Yeah, they're so they're so good. Well, one of them is into Madden. Like I
Hell
watch
yeah.
him kick people. He's 12 and
He
I
plays online?
Yeah, and he kicks people's asses all over the place. And he'll go watch this, and he'll drop back as the quarterback and just run all the way backwards. And I'm like, I think you're gonna probably get tackled here, and he just dazzles around them. And I was like,
He's a baller.
never thought about that. But they play a lot of Fortnite.
You know what?
And-
You know what's
Fortnite.
weird is especially when we were kids. Not trying to be mean, but when we were kids, my dad would say, if you can play an hour video game, you gotta go outside for 2 hours. Hour video game outside for 2 hours. Now I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. I don't want to be a loser. But now kids are making millions of dollars playing video games. Millions upon millions of dollars. It's like a legit career.
Jesus.
They can get on Twitch, make money. There's
Yep.
leagues, there's teams.
God
Oh,
damn.
like some of
the
these Madden
Overwatch
tournaments and
leagues
stuff.
are-
You're talking about they sell out staples. People watch these kids.
I love these new jobs that come along with technology. Nobody thought you could
It's just
do that.
tough because now it used to be like, dude, you're gonna be a loser if all you just play video games. Kids are like, shut your fucking mouth. This kid makes $12 million a year playing video games.
I mean, Ninja kind of broke.
There you go.
He probably is the most famous. You know Ninja, right?
Sure.
Plus, I think he signed a deal with Adidas.
I don't.
Or Nike.
And then there's like that Muselk, and you got your Loser Fruit, and you got your Lachlan.
It's nuts.
They're huge.
And like Twitch,
Loser
kids will just watch other kids play video games. When I was a kid, I fucking hated watching people play video games.
Yeah.
I was chomping at the bit to get the sticks.
Yeah, of course.
Now these kids are off to the sides watching these kids play.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you?
I've been to the Overwatch League tournament. I've gone to them to
damn.
watch them play on a movie screen.
Is it good?
People are screaming like they're at a Seahawks.
And they're
game.
so good. My son, who is 8, watches on YouTube, really good Fortnite players.
Yes.
And the other day he came running down and said, he was like mad. He goes, I suck at Fortnite. I'm garbage. And I go, well, what's the problem? What's the issue? Let's isolate. He goes, I keep getting killed. And I never kill anybody. So I keep getting killed. So there's no point in playing. I go, well, so we want to get more kills and get killed less? Okay, that's a goal. Is there something we can look up? Is there a tutorial we can go to? Like I break it down. Next thing I know, he's looking up, comes running down.
Good daddy.
Yesterday, he's like, I got 3 kills. Like freaking out at 8. I was like, is this good?
That
What do I
was
do about
really
this?
good parenting.
Yes.
Because our dads are going to you're not winning your video game?
Yeah.
My dad,
Yeah, why don't you run outside, dummy?
Yeah, my dad, I don't give a fuck. But also, when I was a kid, the big thing was arcade games. So, Mortal Kombat was huge. I remember there's always that one nerd who knew all the fatalities.
Yes.
Where did he get those?
I don't know.
Where the fuck did that guy learn those? There's no internet. There's nothing.
That kid just
Put
he
in the
probably
time.
watched other kids, and he put in the time, and he spent the money.
And now,
now
doesn't end well.
and
I do a
he's-
stupid
Yeah, he's
game.
a serial killer now.
Yes.
Because he's obsessed with all these fatalities.
Now
He
he's the
spends so
Tiger
much
King.
time.
Yeah.
Well, they're violent as fuck. I had to stop my son from playing some zombie game because He's chopping zombies' heads off and everything else. I'm like, I don't know about this now.
Well, I
find myself looking at his mother going,
I know.
What do I do here?
I don't know what you do. I bought my son the Nintendo Switch because he wanted to play Mario.
Yeah.
And then you can download games on there. I'm like, well,
They advertise.
I love Mortal Kombat. There's Mortal Kombat 11. You get the Joker and you get Spawn, who I love. So I downloaded it. Didn't think he would get to it. I look over his shoulder. That he's 4, mind you. I look over his shoulder. He's fucking ripping dudes' heads off.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like, well, this isn't good.
You downloaded it though.
I downloaded it.
You're like, well, this is not good. This game I downloaded.
I didn't think you'd figure out how to switch the.
So what do you do about that? Like, I'm not sure what to do about the inevitable surge of technology. The kid looked at me. My son goes, they're zombies. They're not real. Relax,
they
Dad.
know the difference.
Relax.
They know
it's
the
a
difference.
zombie.
It's sad because there's a huge number of adults that are prepared for a zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
I went to for real. I was in an army surplus store and there was like the zombie apocalypse preparation center, and I knew the guy's name is Jack. He owns the place, and I'm like, ha 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 ha. And he's like, if you only knew, there are people who really think it's real.
Well, I want to do that. Now, I want to be ready for the next pandemic or something.
That's a reasonable thing.
Yeah.
But you don't go, I wonder if mythical creatures like zombies
or
orcs are going to attack.
No.
I wouldn't be your friend if you're that guy.
No, I don't do that.
You wouldn't be here.
No. I had a talk with my buddy Andy Stump, who was the SEAL Team 6 guy, where he likes to do these, he asks civilians about what they would do tactically, and he shows you like scenes from movies where SEAL team guys come in and do stuff. And he goes, now what was wrong with that, right? So I was like, I don't know.
And you're like the uniforms, they're all wrong.
They did it. No, I go, they did it
pants are
right.
too tight.
They did, like little things when you're a high-level soldier like that. I go, well, they came in, they used the silencers, they shot people so that nobody could hear. And he goes, silencers, huh?
Not so silent.
He goes, not silent, very loud. In fact, that's a sound, that's a suppressor. And also, and I said, yeah, well, they got to make it quieter. And he goes, well, there's also the fact that the bullet breaks the sound barrier. Did you think about that? And I'm like, no, I don't know about these things.
Well,
but
they could use subsonic rounds. Those don't.
Now you're speaking my language.
But also, Andy, not a Navy SEAL, dude.
No, but it's just funny how we go through all these things about how to what
how
to
would
do
you know
and
any
everything
of
else.
that,
Yeah.
you know?
So I said to him, I go, that's why I'd have a crossbow division, and we'd all come in there with crossbows, and they're fucking very quiet. Mm-hmm. And by the way, right through you, and you go like this, you go like this,
easy to reload.
Yeah. Well, okay, now. All right, Joel. All right, you're right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, there are probably contraptions where you can reload them better than that.
That little spinning thing. There's a thing you can crank it
so
back
we'd
with.
have a reloader. You'd be my reloader behind me.
What's this? What is the situation we're in? Are people are we breaking into a home, or
we're breaking
ISIS.
into a compound with some bad guys. Okay,
bad guys.
Now we're gonna have to hoof it. All right, you're a big kid. You're gonna have to carry most of the gear.
I have to carry you.
Yeah, no, don't.
Master Blaster, right? Embargo lifted,
No,
right?
don't
No?
say that.
All right. Okay.
No, you have to carry the first aid. You have to carry the water. You have to carry the radio. You got to carry the ammo.
The crank thing.
And the crank. You got to crank.
Okay.
You're gonna be my loader. When we come in, we signal. Right?
Load up.
Yeah.
Right.
It means load up.
Load up.
Uh-huh. That looks like we're touching dicks.
Two sentries.
Okay, so when you see a person in front of me that I can't see, how do you signal to me
like this.
Silently that
like
there's
this.
a person?
Like this. I stroke your head gently here.
Uh-huh.
It's got very gay.
Like this. I get my 2 fingers under your chin. Here, like that. Provided we're COVID-free. Right? And I go,
Right.
go, hey.
That's making noises, and you're saying, hey. You're using. You could just say there's a guy over there.
Oh,
If
You're too loud.
if you're allowed to talk,
He's not going to hear us. He's not going to hear us. So talk this way. Hey. He's like, over there.
you're. Uh-huh.
You smell good.
They smell good.
Oh, you do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Teeth are so fucking straight.
Thank you.
Yeah, your eyes are blue as fuck.
What's going on?
Got those 2 sentries.
Is
I'm going to take them out. I'm going to stack them. I got to wait till they stack. You know how you stack girls? I'm going to stack those guys.
how do you stack a girl?
Okay. Well, you put one on top of the other. Okay.
You do?
Yeah, doggy style. I've just seen it in porn.
Rough House Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Rough House Sunday.
Okay. So then, is this all part of it?
Yeah.
You're gonna wait till they're sitting on top of each other?
Yeah, or they're stacked, or like one's behind the other.
Okay.
And then the arrow goes straight through him.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna do the sound of a night bat. I don't know if you know what a night bat sounds like, but
I don't know a night bat.
It's kind of pleasant.
It's like a 70s easy listening.
it is, and it's very hypnotic, and so that relaxes them. And then, now watch how you die from crossbow. Watch this. It's gonna go through make the sound of it going
Through the cat?
Yeah. It's that quick.
You don't think he's gonna go like this?
No, because I hit the heart, Bubba, and the lungs. So
Do you think maybe there'd be the moment where they go, you hear boom, boom, and the guy's like, and then it just bleeds out, and he didn't even realize that it entered
That's
him?
what I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
So
what happened.
your Navy SEAL friend recommended this?
No, I recommended it to him. Recommended it to him.
I see.
Yeah.
And what did he think?
He
Joel's
did.
like, what the fuck am I doing here, man?
This is the apocalypse.
Yeah.
That you were prepared. Okay.
He didn't
sweating,
think it
dude.
was a great idea,
Is it
but that's
hot in
because
here?
he's wrong.
You're wearing a winter cap.
You are wearing a cap.
God, you're on it today, man.
And you're an alcoholic. So
I am?
Yeah, a little bit. And that's okay. He drank this entire bottle. That's $1,000 bottle of whiskey.
Is that really? What is
Yeah.
it?
It's
She don't
Makoto 23, aged 23 years. Are you
Can you say it one more time?
Makoto, yeah.
That's not how you do it.
Yeah.
sorry.
Makoto.
It's okay.
I apologize,
We're used
too.
to it.
So it's a bottle of Makoto.
Yeah, that's a Makoto.
Are you a whiskey drinker? Joel?
Yeah, I love whiskey. I
Well,
love it all.
Can we break open? Can we
can.
have him try this?
I
Do you
was
want a
hoping
little?
somebody
do
asked.
you want a little tug?
This is like a high school party.
This is very
where
expensive.
you're like,
Pure pressure.
Well, why don't we go ahead and
Kevin, do you drink it all?
Smell that. Smell that smooth whiskey.
It's the best whiskey you ever had, bro.
Go ahead and have some of that.
it's very nice.
Isn't that smooth? Finish it. Go ahead and finish that.
It's Tiger King.
I'll sip it.
I love your
it's
attitude.
Tiger King piss.
God, I love that. I love that he's drinking.
That's great.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I drink. I have a lot of alcohol.
You do?
in my home,
I just
and I have a storage unit full of it.
So I love that I see. I'm very impressed with the
guy's
fact that
guy.
he's a guy's guy.
Oh,
Fuck
I have
Corona,
a sword collection and
and a sword collection,
a knife collection,
and a knife collection.
and 2 Jeeps. This is.
I didn't know this about you.
My penis is. It cannot be
No.
picked up on any device. It's so small.
It's so small. But what do you own? Pistolas?
Pistolas?
Yeah.
I own one gun.
Okay.
From 1805.
Oh, really?
No joke. It's one of the. It looks like I could challenge someone to a duel.
So you prefer to
If you
ward
type in
off?
Joel McHale, oh yeah,
This is Instagram?
Do the one where I'm standing there in the.
This one?
Yeah, watch this.
You prefer to
Watch this. Yeah, this will be. I got a small. Okay. Wow. That's a bottle of champagne.
Well, that's a manly thing to do.
I hit a person with the cork, and then swipe over, and that is the cork. How it comes off.
Wow.
Look, and I put meat in the shot too, just to.
You had that's a scimitar.
And my friends,
That's it.
my writer friends sent that to me, and they engraved on the blade. It said, "Slide up the shaft until it explodes." And there it is.
Well, you have an easy bone structure. You have a Ben Affleck bone structure. That's the first thing I want to
He has
congratulate.
a better
you.
body than Ben.
I think so.
Oh, I don't.
Ben's
Better
thick
body.
like me.
But
Yeah.
you
Nobody's
both.
thick like you, but he's thick.
Yeah, but you both can go
come on.
up and down.
I'm proud of you, thick.
I stay more up.
He's 270.
I'm not too.
So I
That's not what I
got.
said,
Here's
but
my. I told.
I don't know. You are. It doesn't matter though.
Yeah, but
I don't care.
270 as a heavyweight is what you want. You
Yeah.
want.
Dude, I'm retired. I do stand-up comedy for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's my secret. No, I get it. How much were you when you fought?
I was like 240 something, 242.
That's why I love
250.
watching that stuff. Cause
Never fought
Never?
at 250.
Never?
Brian, when you broke 150, what did you think?
You know, Joel.
Were you like, fuck yeah, I'm a man now.
Joel. All right, I wasn't blessed with.
Let me see that
your length
meat.
of bone.
I know you're going to say that too.
I'm very much into. See, it really looks like I am some sort. I have just.
No, we love
I'm
this.
just clinging to masculinity.
But
at
we
all
love it.
times.
We
My
love
it.
goal is is to cook the perfect steak at all. That is.
Now I'm
one of
about
my
to do that
You and I are
tonight.
so similar.
Tonight, can you give me your perfect steak recipe?
Yes.
Let me
Okay.
hear
How,
this.
what kind of a steak is it?
It is a New York strip.
All right. How thick is it?
It's about that thick.
That's
it's about
very thick.
Yeah, well, it might be a little thinner. Well, no, it's a good.
No, it's a New York strip,
I'd
so
say-
it's gonna be thick
say
how you
an
originally
inch.
did
It's
it.
an inch.
It's an inch thick.
Is it from Whole Foods?
No, it's from Butcher Box.
Oh, okay. So
No,
it's
that's
not
Phenomenal
good.
meat. Phenomenal
Phenomenal
meat.
meat.
Great meat.
Phenomenal Meat is also the name of my book. And it was the journey of a porn star. No, okay, so the key is take that thing out of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
The 2 hours before you're going to cook.
Room temperature.
And definitely, if it's, don't let it, there's other steaks on it, separate all that.
Okay.
You do not need to put salt on a steak beforehand.
You don't?
No way.
There's different philosophies like, it tastes like salt when you get up. You can add salt, but a lot of people would say that dehydrates the meat.
Yeah.
So then, are you using a barbecue, using a pan?
I'm using a pan, unfortunately. And
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
So I would recommend, you preheat your oven to like 325.
Okay.
And you want to get that pan. So if you have like a ghee, do you have the ghee without the?
I have ghee.
Okay. Ghee is butter without the fat in it.
Clarified butter.
Or you can do the brown butter method, which also is
probably the tastiest.
Really?
So good.
Yeah.
Brown butter method.
Yeah, where that just takes a little bit more time. So when you put the butter in, and then when it turns brown, you can see the little black. Those are the solids. Those are the fat coming off. Then you. Well, okay, do the first method. All right, so you get that pan smoking hot, right? Yeah. And you don't use olive oil. Use either ghee or use a canola oil because they have higher
smoke points.
Yeah, smoke points. And then you want to do 1 minute aside on that New York
1
steak.
minute aside.
1 minute.
Baby.
Okay. Now I get that hot though, that oil.
You want that pan to be smoking before you even put it. And I've done steaks at 30 seconds aside. And you do 30 seconds aside, and then you stick it in that oven for about 6 minutes. If it's one steak, is it more than one steak?
One steak.
Then
Is
you
it
want to
just
do.
For you?
Oui, pour moi, seulement pour
One
moi.
steak. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, pas français.
Pardon, mon français.
C'est pas mal. Toi aussi.
No, then sacre bleu. No, and so then you want to do that like 5.5 minutes, 6 minutes in that oven because you want like a medium rare, right?
Yes.
You want to then
How
take the whole pan out off the stove.
Yeah.
You want to put the whole pan in the oven.
Not cover it?
Do not cover it.
Wow.
Come on.
Put it on the lowest level of your oven.
Okay.
And let it do its 325 for 6 minutes. Pull that steak out. Walk away from it for 10 minutes.
Let it sit.
It's ready to eat.
I'll put a little butter after I get it off the grill.
Yeah, the butter is yeah.
And then do I put some salt and pepper on there?
Damn, I wish we had talked beforehand. I would have brought you some salts.
Really?
Because I have way too many kinds. You want to put. There's so many different. Then you can put anything you want. Then you can salt and pepper. You can. I put some chili flakes sometimes.
So you don't marinate your
garlic
steak.
powder.
So I have done that. Yes, definitely. Well, the brown butter method I love. So if you, I like that with a bone-in ribeye because it's a little bit of a thicker, bigger steak. But you get a pan, you put your butter in, it turns brown. You put that steak in there, and then you start putting that butter on there. And
even though it's burned.
It is burned, absolutely burned, but there's a nutty flavor to burned butter.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm turning because you knew the whole smoke point, but that infuses into the steak and it's wonderful.
I think ribeye's the best cut.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Ribeye.
Bone and ribeye, when the bone is in, then that lets the flavor out.
Yeah.
But New Yorks are so good because they kind of have the combination, because filet mignon has no fat at all, which kind of makes it tasteless in a weird way. It still has taste.
Still pretty tasty.
But people also go, oh, it's the great. But then you get some of those dry aged bone and ribeye is like eating.
I don't like dry aged.
You don't like the.
I don't like dry aged.
Really?
It always tastes funky to me. The meat's not as tender. It's not as moist. It's almost like
You
a
like a
leather.
more-
You need to go to APL Steakhouse, my friend, and have their.
2 places I've had the best steak. Felix, Republic on La Brea.
Republic.
Dude, Scopa's T-bone ain't bad, bro.
No.
Okay, it
that's not
sounds
bad
like
either.
we need to do a little
Date
tour.
night.
Yeah.
Where we zip
tour, that's what I
around.
meant.
Yeah.
Because APL, he dry ages stuff for 400 days.
I'm out.
It doesn't have the skunk that you
Really?
think.
See, I don't like the skunk.
The skunk, I mean, it is rotting meat, technically.
You ever
is.
seen it before they cut off all the fungus and
Yeah.
shit? It's disgusting.
I mean, it's controlled rot. But if you
was-
think about it, what's yogurt? Oh, yeah, that's good. That knife, he makes the knives, which makes it even.
that looks
Where is this?
fantastic.
Where is this restaurant?
At the Taft Building at Hollywood and Vine.
Don't know anything about it. What's it called?
APL Steakhouse.
It's a new place.
It's been there for about 2 years.
That's folded metal. He's making his own knives. He's folding the metal.
Yeah, and they're about $1,000 a piece. You can't buy them. And then one guy tried to steal them, and he got it back.
Wow.
There's Adam.
Oh, he's awesome. I love maniacs like
yeah,
this.
he's obsessed. He also trained in France. He was trained in France, and then he worked for a billionaire in Arizona who had a ranch, who never showed up to the ranch because it was like a vacation. And then the grounds crew from Mexico taught him how to barbecue.
Let's go there tonight,
dude.
Well, they do takeout. Look at their takeout menu. It's
they
great.
do takeout?
I mean, now they have to.
yeah.
I'd love to go there. APL restaurant. Did not know anything about that.
Everything's been
on Hollywood, and you live in Hollywood.
I live in Studio City.
Give people your address.
They do a matzo ball soup.
Huh.
They got he's got a lot. Yeah, anyway, so
it's barbecue.
But Republique is also fantastic.
Republique is
Republique.
Really, yeah, it's fantastic.
Is that your favorite restaurant? Where do you guys live?
I have several favorite restaurants, but as far as in Hollywood, Republique to me is the best food I've ever had.
Wow.
It's some of the best food I've ever had, period.
Oh, wow.
Have you not eaten there? It says that the bread and the butter, just the Normandy butter they give you.
It's impressive that with the number of tables they have, that the quality is so
Is it a big room?
Husband and wife team. Husband from San Diego. I had to meet him because, I just pay attention to these things. He's such a fucking artist, and everything he does is unique and different. His wife was a runner-up for a James Beard Award for her desserts. Her desserts are just unbelievable. And by the way, it's in Charlie Chaplin's old studio.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah. What was the restaurant there beforehand, Kev? No.
What's that?
There was another restaurant in that.
Felix.
In that
one.
Space.
Campanile.
Yeah. Where's Felix?
Felix is down on Abbot Kinney.
Yeah, Felix is.
And have you eaten there yet with us? So Rogan is obsessed now because I took him
Felix?
there. Yeah. And
you played him in a movie. You played his accountant, right?
Joel, again, that's a question that I think you know the answer to. Now, I played myself.
We talked about this.
I played Brian Callen. All right.
I'm so sorry.
So no, you're not though. You see, you're not.
I
came in here.
I have been there once.
Hey, B, where off Abercrombie is it? Is it where that?
It's where the old Joe's used to be. Come on, Bubba. Bubba, I can't believe you haven't been there. I'm going to take you.
Travis doesn't own it, right?
No, Travis.
Is it one
Travis
of them?
got bought out, so he doesn't own Juliana or Juiced anymore.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's a bummer.
Fran does his part.
Have you guys been to that Nomad downtown?
No, but heard good things.
Look up Nomad, and you will see the most. It's the most beautiful setting for a restaurant, but
yeah,
it is.
What's your take on it?
Oh, it's outstanding.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, see, I'm all over that.
I love places like that.
And then look up the bathroom. I'm not kidding.
Look at that.
Type in Nomad bathroom, Los Angeles, and they got a pool top.
I've heard good things about that place.
The bathroom.
God damn it!
There's the bathroom. Look, it's the safe. That's
the safe?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh come on, that's fantastic.
There was a time in America
where
there was so much money. And just build the most beautiful building you've ever seen and we'll put your money in it.
Yeah.
Are you guys buying that Trump saying because the economy will be back by Easter?
I'd like to be back by Easter.
Well, I'd like to be, but
you
think that's realistic?
I don't think you can make that prediction.
The governor of California was like, that ain't happening.
Well, how can you predict how the disease is going to spread? Because right now we're on the trajectory. It's
like New York.
Like we are going up.
Like New York.
I think two things are going to happen. One is that hopefully some of these drugs will mitigate the severity of the infection.
Absolutely.
And then two, I think, and I'm going to back this up in a second, that the mortality rate will not be what people feared. So when you do a mortality rate and they say 1%, then they say that could be if 100 million people get it, that's
right.
The problem with that is that
that's yours.
You've got to take the mortality. The people infected. You've got it's a skewed statistic. Who is infected, and of the infected who actually have it, how many people actually die? If you take the Diamond Princess, 700 people on board.
The cruise ship you're referring to.
Yeah, I
it's
think
a good study case.
Yeah, it is. Well, there was a 1% more. 7 people died.
Right.
They were mostly old.
Right?
Yeah, they were mostly very old, and many had pre-existing conditions. That would be in that case in a very, very tightly controlled petri dish where everybody was so exposed to each other. That was a 1% mortality rate.
So you're saying because you think that the
mortality
rate is going to average out at something very low, and which means in 2 weeks you could open up the economy.
2 epidemiologists out of Stanford wrote a piece for the Wall Street. No, from Stanford, but no, in Stanford. Stanford College.
Stanford College
University.
Is that near the? Okay.
Yes, that would be in California,
right.
And you know that. Now, here's the thing: they had a very interesting breakdown of of how all of these statistics we're hearing of a 4% and they are very unreliable and almost certainly false. And they're hardcore scientists who,
I agree that it's hard to know what to believe at this point. And,
but we do have
as
case
things
studies.
are,
We have stats, though.
But as we are gaining all this knowledge, but to say, hey, it's going to open up, to say like in 2 weeks,
a little reckless.
It just seems like you can't really plan.
But I think what he's saying,
if Brian, if you were to start working out for the first time in your life, in 2 weeks you can't say I'm going to be in the
Olympia,
the IFBB thing.
Okay. Now, Joel, McHale.
I'm sorry, I realize what I've done again.
No, you've done that again. Now I train. You haven't seen me with my shirt off. Yeah, and so be careful because I'll show you.
Hey, B, but don't you think Trump is saying
you're wearing 2 shirts to bulk up a little bit?
Well, and he has 3. He always wears
chilly.
3.
I keep my mid body warm.
He still wears a wife beater like he's in the 70s.
It makes me feel a little more muscular.
I get that.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
It highlights my shoulders.
Hey, B, but I think what Trump is saying is, Corona's bad, but when you look at the statistics, it's pretty low. But the economy going to shit is what we can't have. So anybody under 50 that doesn't have outlying conditions,
100%.
Get your ass back to work.
I agree.
And the old people, because the boomer remover virus, the old people, if you're around them, stay away from
I think that's reasonable. And the question that has to be asked is, to mitigate
how many
infection,
people will we sacrifice?
How many will we sacrifice
for our freedom?
How many people will die?
So we can.
But where do we to mitigate infection? There you have to take certain measures. Where does that end? And does anybody know what 35%, 40% unemployment looks like? That's not a pretty sight.
My thing is China. It started there, right? They're eating bat soups. Started there, and there's how many billions of people in China, and they've had it the worst, and they're out of it now. They're booming now in 60 days. Took them 2 months.
But you already. This is. I can't get. This is too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
This is.
Give me a cup, and I'm gonna pour myself.
Yeah, pour him some of that. Where's your cup?
This one's dirty.
Oh wait, I got an idea. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, perfect.
There you go.
Oh man, genius.
There you go, buddy. There you go. I like that.
Okay.
No, I hear what. All the plan, you just can't plan. If you look at what China did when the way they locked down was way more severe than we're locked down, but if you look what they did also in South Korea, as soon as they started easing it, the infection rate went right back up.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. People go like, by this date it's going to be blank. I'm like, when you make that plan, that's gonna.
The California governor says 8 to 12 weeks.
I don't know.
Before people go
I don't
back
know
to
what
work.
Gavin Newsom is fucking talking about, because Gavin Newsom would have to explain to me how he's going to keep the economy from literally going into a depression, because he's a fucking dummy. Like this is the kind of stuff that drives me crazy.
So you're a fan?
He's a good-looking dude.
He's a handsome
good
guy.
Have you had Plum Jack wine?
Speaks good Spanish.
I've had Plum Jack.
He makes that wine.
He does?
Yeah, he's part of that.
That makes me angry.
It's great wine.
It's great wine. That makes me very angry. I'm a wine guy.
Look up, type in Gavin Newsom Plum Jack.
Fuck that guy.
Hey, is he the best-looking governor? Probably, right?
Yeah. He's a good-looking guy. Ladies' man.
Bilingual.
Yeah, I got a problem with him.
Yeah, he's sitting there.
He's killing it.
Yeah, he's doing just fine.
Yeah, career politician. There
I
you
don't
go.
trust him.
He does look like the movie.
Looks like a bad guy
He
from
looks
Die
like
Hard.
he's the movie version
Look
of.
at him. He's involved with Plum Jack Winery.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And you enjoy that wine?
It's a very good wine.
You're welcome.
It's a very good
But I do think you need to plan that whole thing. Like every epidemiologist says when you talk to them, like, plan for the worst and hope for the best.
Correct.
Instead of like, hey, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think you have to. And
that's true.
So 8 to 12 weeks, that sounds like an eternity.
It does.
But
I think 12 weeks is unrealistic.
I think it's unrealistic as well, but we're all we're guessing here. But the fact that we can spare $1 trillion or whatever it is, I was like,
how weird is that?
$2 trillion? I was
All of a sudden,
like, we're doing great.
That's 1,000 billion.
That's 1,000 billion.
So that's $2,000 billion.
But how
Yes,
crazy
it
is
is. I don't think any of us were questioning how many millions.
I just
a lot of
wanted you to
millions.
know that. That's $2,000 billion.
How many millions is a billion?
How many millions? 1,000 million is
All
a
right.
billion. So there you go.
How many 10,000s are in a million?
All right, man. I don't know, man. This is getting a little crazy now.
I'm reducing the number. Anyway, so in conclusion, we figured it out.
Yeah.
Wait, the country is obviously dealt with. When I hear people like, it's scary. We're all hunkered down. We're not touching each other that much. But you go like, our great grandparents. There was 2 world wars.
Yes.
And a huge depression.
Yes.
And
how about H1N1?
People came out with that. Or SARS. Yeah.
Do you remember being locked down for H1N1 or SARS? H1N1 killed way more people.
This is strangely unprecedented.
But this is truly novel because they've never seen it in this
might
way.
have been engineered. There is evidence that...
Oh, my God.
No, but it looks...
Bunker
it's
down.
Did they seed the clouds for the rain in the last 2 weeks?
Listen, man, don't drink out of the side of your mouth. You're being super disrespectful. You just spit.
I know.
In this dude. God damn it, Joe.
Please.
Joe, you're trying to alpha
14,
me.
right? Size
13.
14? Oh, all right.
Fuck, man.
He's run big though. If you want.
Yeah, you can't do that with your feet because you're clearly trying to one up me right now.
I want to hear. How it was all planned.
Well, you see, no, and
There's evidence.
I didn't say
Really?
that. I'm just saying
Your
that
people?
the DNA,
Let me
the
guess, your
RNA
military
structure is
sources told
apparently.
you about
Well,
this?
I may know some people, all right, scientists who are noticing that it does look different.
Can you give us the name of that
It
scientist?
could have escaped from the Wuhan. It could have escaped from the Wuhan laboratory. That's all I'm
accident.
trying to say.
Now, why did
Yeah.
you back up Wuhan twice to say it, even as if you knew how it's pronounced?
Because
in
I
China?
speak different languages,
like.
like the ones that, depending on where I've been, I am pretty proficient.
What language do they speak in Wuhan?
They speak. What do they speak?
Yeah.
Chinese.
What?
Chinese.
Why are you saying it so quietly? Because you're saying it a slightly different way. It seems like to hide the way you're saying it.
Yeah.
Hey Chin,
thank
Kat, is it racist to call it? Because I called it Mandarin in front of my dad, and he's like, "That's racist."
No, Mandarin is a
Mandarin,
language.
Cantonese, yeah.
Mandarin is the main language. Mandarin is the main form of Chinese spoken in the mainland.
Now, why didn't you
I've had
say
Chinese-
Mandarin in a certain way that you've been saying the others? Did you just
I was
forget?
mirroring. I'm mirroring him.
I see. But you
Now,
would. How would you say?
Cantonese is spoken in Hong Kong. So there are a lot of different dialects.
Yeah.
But Mandarin, for the most part, because the Yangtze and the Yellow River, it kept people speaking the
The
same
Yangtze and the Yellow River?
Yes.
It's not the same river?
Yeah, I mean,
There's 2 rivers, and one's called
Yangtze.
Yellow in Chinese, and the other one's
Yeah.
just called Yellow.
Yeah, because it depends on the estuary you're talking about.
So the Yellow River.
Bring it up.
In China?
Bring it up.
Chin, bring that shit up.
Bring up the fucking
Yeah, bring up the racist river, please.
racist river.
Hey, don't you think Trump's can get reelected if he pulls this out?
I think it's a very interesting time, and I think yes.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah, there's the Yellow River,
That shit is yellow.
Huang Ho
Okay.
Yellow River.
But I can swim in that
That's
thing.
the principal river, and then the basin and the Yangtze River. So you have the.
Are they
the
different
basin.
Rivers run through
2
China
rivers
proper,
run through
yeah.
China. The Yellow River.
Okay, I apologize, Brian, for everything I've said because you were right.
Yeah, I was right, and I knew I was
And
right.
I
Brian
think
knows
it's
his
because you're so small in these chairs. It
no.
seems like I sometimes go, oh,
Okay.
he can't know this thing.
No.
He's a young person.
Okay.
But then you're older.
No, see,
And so I'm really sorry.
you gave me you apologized, but then you insulted me twice. So
When? Oh, just recently?
Yeah.
Just, you know
so
what?
the Yangtze and the Yellow. Yeah, so Mandarin is the main language spoken. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
not racist to say Mandarin.
No, Mandarin is a language.
No, why would your dad say that?
When you
I don't
study
know.
Chinese, you study Mandarin Chinese.
Oh, I didn't say Chinese.
If you study Chinese,
Did you study Chinese?
Mandarin. I'm fluent. But
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
What?
And,
Jiaozi?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I just said thank you and
No,
and like, ni hao,
jiaozi.
ni hao,
That's a Chinese word. What
ni
does it
hao.
mean?
What?
Jiaozi.
Oh fuck. That's slang for dog.
It's a type of food. You can get it in almost any.
Okay. Well,
He's spoken Hong Kong.
Taiwan.
What do they speak in Szechuan?
Szechuan.
Szechuanese?
Yeah.
Szechuanese.
Szechuanese.
Szechuanese. Who
Doesn't
said
sound
that?
right.
Who said that recently? I love when certain people, like what the fuck did Trump say? He's not articulate. He said it's less bad though. It's much less bad now. It was
Right.
very very bad, but it's much less bad now.
Call it the Chinese virus.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
He got a lot of shit for that. It's an interesting thing to talk about. It did start in China.
Well, where was it? Where was it engineered?
Maybe in the Wuhan laboratory.
The laboratory. The Wuhan laboratory.
Well, there is a bio lab there, a bio war lab there. So they do make and engineer viruses. Did you know that?
That's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So which means that must have.
There's a theory among scientists that actually is considering it
got out,
because
right?
it looks different.
What
because
scientists?
The
Name one. any scientist.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go through
make
their
us
names
any
because
name,
it's
dude.
classified.
How about just one?
It's classified.
It's a
good. Fine. You want one, John Stevenson?
John Stevenson. Can you look up
You don't have to look it up. It's not Googleable. Fuck, man.
Why not? Is he?
Because it's
It's an alias?
yeah, it's probably.
Probably.
Yeah, there he is.
Guaranteed. Oh yeah, you can pick any name.
John
with
Stevenson.
scientists.
Yeah, George Stevenson.
Okay.
He goes by John. I
Well, he
call him
died in 1848.
48. There he is. Did he come up with some sort of elixir that
It was
kept
his
him alive?
work, though. You're saying, B. It was his
his work is what I'm saying.
That
Well,
they
there was
brought-
a lot of John Stevensons in
He's
Wuhan,
a-
China in 1848.
He's a
John
virologist.
John Stevenson.
He's a virologist.
Could get a wider name.
Okay. So I would say great guess.
Yeah, thank you.
And so, okay, so then you're saying from this lab
Yeah.
that
You're saying it's a theory that where they created this, right?
Apparently,
got out, though,
So
but on
I
accident.
actually know. Well, so my
Don't say
this
you
is so
know.
weird thing to say. Because my parents live in Park City, Utah, and they're actually friends with scientists who are not only working on this, who are virologists. You know, they're experts.
His dad was
in
in the
virology.
CIA.
No.
Just something you should know.
But they are actually staying at the house. They were at their. Some
the
of them
scientists are
are
staying
staying
at the house.
Yeah.
The scientists staying at your dad's house.
Some who
You're
work,
full of
No,
shit.
some who
You
work
have like
in,
it's like
you know,
a
hospital.
It's a hostel for
Hold on.
scientists.
It's an Airbnb for
I
scientists
should actually
only.
call my dad and ask him.
On air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call
Watch
him.
this.
Call him. See if he's as full of shit as you are.
Let's see this. Let's see this. Watch my dad. Hold on. When it comes to wireless earbuds,
You got that, Boomer?
When it
Listen,
comes to-
man,
when it
a
comes
great
to-
pair of wireless earbuds, there's nothing like it. If you want to zone out the world, man,
Yeah.
everybody talking about this Corona, you want to zone it out?
Yeah.
You need to get you some Raycon.
oh, Raycons are half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds. They're actually what I use instead of my other earbuds. and
Oh, no,
have
you
been.
didn't, boy. Their
Yes,
newest
I
model,
did.
the Everyday E25 earbuds, are the best ones yet. 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing,
Yep.
more bass, more compact design that gives you a nice noise isolating fit.
That's right.
They're so comfortable. They're perfect on the go, whether you're running, whether you're in the
Yeah,
wilderness.
they fit in your ears. You can do everything. You can
I
run.
heard Joe Exotic
can
wears
do
them
my
when he's
karate.
wrestling tigers.
Oh, does he? I use them when I do my martial arts.
I swim with them when I'm with sharks.
didn't
Listen,
know that.
man. Yeah, you've heard me talk about them before. How about Ray J, Snoop Dogg, Cardi B? They're all about it, man. Now's the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/TFATK. That's buyraycon.com/TFATK for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/TFATK.
No wires, no stems.
He lives in Park City, Utah.
And scientists stay at this Airbnb of your parents.
Yeah, and not their house. What's this?
Yeah, I know.
What's your dad's name?
Mike,
How tall is he?
6'4",
He's huge.
6'4",
300 pounds, probably?
250.
Full
Hey,
bullshit.
Bill, Pete.
Hey,
Big Mike, how do?
Pretty well. I'm sitting here in the car with your mother, the same one.
Ah, the same
one.
Outside Sandy's
Car
Bistro,
mother.
waiting for our food to be delivered.
I see. How is your stock portfolio looking?
Well, the last 2 days, I can't complain. It was up $250,000 each day. Today, the market came off somewhat from its level because Pelosi and Bernie Sanders
oh,
got into the act on this bill again.
let me guess.
At
He's
least
a
that's what I
Democrat.
understand from a text I received.
Bernie stopped to vote or something? What did Bernie do?
I don't believe what I read because it said that Bernie put a hold. Bernie is one senator and doesn't have the authority or power to put a hold on anything. He gets one vote.
This is good.
Now let me ask you this.
Good podcast.
Let me ask you this. what is
Where are you?
Can I talk to your dad?
I'm doing my podcast. My friend Joel McHale is probably going to ask you some questions. He's a friend of mine, a comic. Now let me ask you this:
I'm an actor,
Is
too.
there any evidence that the COVID-19, and I know you have some scientists staying with you guys at the house, is that true or false?
One scientist.
One scientist.
Why?
What? And
What kind of scientist?
That's what kind of
Was he a
scientist?
dietitian?
What kind of scientist?
Epidemiologist.
All right.
So there you go. And
Chronic epidemiologist, not an infectious. She's for chronic.
There, you split every category into subcategories. And
Are they drinking
want to
too?
know from a infectious disease
An epidemiologist.
Maureen is a chronic disease epidemiologist. May mean nothing to a layperson, but it makes a difference.
so it is. So did they mention, or has there been any talk about the virus maybe having been engineered in a lab and not being maybe more man-made than it is nature-made?
No, I don't believe that. I don't think there's one bit of evidence for it. And I think that's the kind of conspiracy theory that you will always run into in the netherworld. That it doesn't,
Preach, Mike.
have any
Big fan of
scientific
your dad.
basis
Big Mike.
whatsoever.
Big
It's
fan
just
of-
like Fox News actually had a report that the North Koreans created and spread it around because they want Trump to lose. You know what's
Mike.
interesting, by the way, on that subject, a little bit off of your question, Gallup poll came out yesterday and showed 60% approval for the way Trump is handling this, and his approval rating overall is 49%.
And this is coming from a man who who's not a fan of Trump's.
No, I'm not a fan of Trump, but I am a fan of facts, and I've gotten to like science a lot, as opposed to I think we have
And
a
that's never
plethora,
gotten wrong,
a certain
anything wrong.
class of media, and everybody has to write their headline and write their story. They all have to have something to fill the 24/7 news cycle, and now there are an endless number of
Mike was ready to go.
So I feel sorry for him, but I get over it. I managed to get past my sympathy, and but you've got to discount so much of what you're hearing. One thing I heard, which if anybody is really interested, would be very, very good to do, is that Andrew Cuomo had a press conference, and I've never been a fan of his either, but he had a press conference, I think it was this morning, and I listened to the whole hour, and he was talking about New York's cases, what they're doing, how they're dealing with the lack of ventilators, how they're dealing with the lack of hospital beds, and their rate of infection is coming down over the last 3 days. He said it's not all bad news. And the New York is 15 times worse than the next state closest to it, which is really kind of interesting. And
Joel.
the reason is,
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Because New York City.
because New York is more global than any other state, and especially New York City, of course.
And more
Right.
densely packed and higher.
I don't know if
Okay,
that's true.
I'm going to have to get back to the podcast, but I appreciate the insight.
No, how can we fix the economy? Go.
I'll call you guys later for more info.
Trump opening it up in 2 weeks.
Okay, see you later.
And over under, do you think we open back up in 2 weeks or not?
No,
No.
All
no,
right.
I don't think you've got a consensus on that.
All right, pal.
See you later.
Talk to you later.
I love you, Dad.
What is that?
Well, there it is, ladies
Is that
and gentlemen.
pomade?
Longevity, a hand and body cream.
Yeah.
Some funk was going on.
So obviously it hasn't been engineered. I thought maybe there was some talk about that.
Oh, no,
from
there's talk about
scientists.
it.
Yeah.
There's all sorts
the
of talk.
rumor mill.
Yeah. Well, how about that?
Do you believe in conspiracies?
I don't.
Thank you.
Do you
Have
not
you read the
believe-
book?
You don't believe in any?
No.
Like JFK? None of that.
I'm right with you.
The
buddy.
moon?
None of that. None of that
Joel?
bullshit.
Nothing?
No, me
No,
September
no,
11th?
No. Here's why. No, none of that. You need, anytime that thought enters your brain, you need to cauliflower that thought. You need to scrunch it up and
Beat it up.
Yeah, beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Because
Why is that?
Whenever I hear like, there's a, then one of them is the Rothschild family controls all the governments,
Yes.
and I was like, oh yeah,
It's an anti-Semitic
When I go to totally anti-Semitic, I was like, when I go to the DMV, it sucks, and apparently they're doing a terrible job.
Yeah.
And conspiracies are hard enough to keep a secret between two people.
Exactly.
And they're hard enough to keep between 1,000
Thousands.
people.
1,000.
I mean, they literally
CIA.
think
Impossible.
about loose lips sink ships was all through. Was like, you do not tell anybody where we're going. Don't go to a bar. It's so hard to keep a secret about anything. So the fucking staged moon landing. I mean, that's when I go like,
that's the most.
How many
that's the
Buzz
funniest thing I've ever
Lightyear's
heard.
living a lie.
Right.
Clinton said, if you were able to get 1,000 people to keep their mouths shut and still,
Yes.
I mean, that would be the greatest feat any human. The government and people don't behave that way. And I'll tell you something about the federal government. They all have their agendas, and everybody's backstabbing each other. Thank God.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
But what about aliens? Go.
I haven't seen any proof of them.
Yeah.
You don't believe in them?
Well, I don't. I believe absolutely there are other living things around our universe.
That'd
It's
be an
just
alien.
way too vast for that not to be happening. That the coincidence and of other planets being able to sustain life is absolutely the percentages are very good for that.
But
So
what, have you seen like some of the tape, like some of the pilots, like in the Air Force, where they're recording this?
no,
object
when
that
I
they
see
can't-
stuff like that, I'm like, well, that's a real thing, and that makes me go, okay, that's an actual.
But there are things you can't explain, but it doesn't mean it.
Yeah, but
It
when I
doesn't-
say like, it's the same thing when people are like there's chemtrails, and I was like, what chemicals? Why would they do this?
My
Yeah, I
favorite
don't
is
believe
toxins
that.
that come out of your body. Well, you got to sweat the toxins out. And they asked all these like people who run these detox
Right.
centers, and they were like, and it's true that a doctor, you can detox through your liver, and so when you've been an alcoholic, there's ways to detox. There's ways to get heavy metal out of your body, but for the most part, when they talk about detox, when you talk about being detox, and they asked all these like kind of like healers and these people who, you
Right.
know, what are the toxins?
Name them.
If you could name the toxins.
Oh,
Right, but that's
Go.
not
And they go, oh,
that's
wow.
not a conspiracy theory. It's more of it's just
dummy. It's just, you're stupid.
it's way to go like this is 100% natural.
Yeah.
Well, everything is.
That's exactly right.
A true toxin would be toxic to your body.
Yeah.
If you ingested diesel fuel,
Yeah.
you would truly have a So that said, so when I hear people go, the Earth is flat, which is a whole thing, and then
great.
when I hear people say like, well, they'll say stuff like, and I'll be like, well, how do you explain that? I was like, well, I haven't seen that, and I go like, have you been to Tokyo? How do you know it exists?
How do you know a germ exists? How do you know MRSA exists?
So
you don't see it
it's just-
until it's on your skin and eating a hole in your fucking flesh.
It's more people they're missing something from their lives, and they want to have a knowledge or something
they also want to
over
be
you.
part of a community.
Yes.
yeah, bonds
And
them. It's like hate trolls on the internet.
But it's
They
also like,
gravitate
if
towards
you
the
only
negativity
knew,
or the conspiracy that the government's against them. Or,
Right.
it's just the government is a huge messy place.
Yeah.
Every government is. It's always a mess, and the simplest explanation is usually the right one.
Yeah.
Which is everyone's backstabbing and doing shit.
Well,
so, some of it's shady.
Someone
though.
like my-
the JFK assassination.
Now, see, here we go.
Right.
You're not, again, just watch the first 10 minutes of Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, it was a Marine who, it was a darn good shot. And why.
He didn't have a good shot though.
All right, so
I've
here's the
been
thing.
to that.
No.
I've been in that window.
I've been there.
It doesn't
Okay,
look like
so-
a hard shot to me. Having shot deer personally, and I'm
It's
not a shooter.
And I also
It's the
believe
gun he shot
again.
with.
There's. I mean, that's why The Onion was so funny when in Our Dumb Century when it was like Kennedy assassinated from 25 different angles,
Yes.
and then it just listed everybody. It was like Teamsters.
Have you looked into it though? It's interesting where you can see how if you are a person who believes in conspiracies, how it's super easy to come to a few conclusions.
It's the same. No,
No,
I don't.
nothing.
No, I go because
JFK suspect.
and these things come out eventually. I mean, eventually.
But even with Trump, he goes, we have all these files on JFK. He goes, there's a portion I can't release because it would create some sort of pandemic amongst.
There's an
Americans.
interesting thing
it would
about the
release
one
a
thing I will
sickness?
say.
No,
the one,
sorry, not pandemic, but
the
chaos.
one
because they
thing
would
I
be
do
upset.
think is suspect. The one thing that does prick my ears a little bit is that when Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald, and he was a mob guy,
and they let
So
him in. They let him into the police.
Yeah, he shot him, and we don't know why. And then he died of cancer in jail. So there was something going on where
I don't
the
doubt there was
mafia
something.
wouldn't try to kill Lee Harvey Oswald unless there was a reason.
But then what about this, Joel?
That.
What about this? You saw the car
You really hammered my name in the end of that sentence.
Well, I'm just trying to really hit home. Joel.
Yeah.
Well, how about the car? Usually, if there's a murder, they take it in for forensic stuff like that. They cleaned it out and then returned it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that went on.
Okay.
Maybe it's just that
you're not giving enough credit to either human stupidity.
That's what I was going to say.
And
you might be right.
So
I'm not arguing. You might be right. I'm just saying there's a lot of mishaps.
If you try finding any criminal case where they didn't screw up something on both sides.
Yeah.
And it's also people want to believe a certain thing.
Correct.
And so they go for that.
They'll find it. You'll find if you're looking for that sort of theory.
Exactly.
What about Epstein?
That I do not doubt that those cops were in the jail. I don't think he was killed. I think he absolutely was ready.
Wow.
I believe he was absolutely ready to hang himself.
Wow.
Me too. I don't know why you'd live.
Why would you?
Never
You're
getting out
in
of jail
his
again.
position, and hearing stories about negligent. Prison.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, just watch Lockup.
Well, it's not just that. Like one of the things, my father, who's 80,
What's
you just
60
heard
days
from,
in?
who's almost 80, he said, who's worked in government, had a lot of friends in government,
Your
high
father?
places. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things he'll always say is this: he'll go, and anybody who I know who works in government, they're way more apt to say, well, there's huge incompetence in the government.
Yes.
It's not a well-run place. There are major mishaps, major flubs. There's all kinds of backstabbing. That's what's actually going on for the most part. So the idea that there's a cabal of men who are organized enough to set things in motion and everything goes according to plan is Hollywood shit. It's really hard to do. It's just people don't cooperate. Things go wrong.
Right.
It's just so I for me, it's not that I don't think that people would be conspiratorial minded if they could, but for me, I think it's just too hard to pull off. I don't think those things are as easy to pull off as people think.
There's a very good book called Conspiracy Bee. It's thank you for the whistle.
Yes.
Called Conspiracy Bee. Wow, Conspiracy. It's about the takedown of Gawker, the website.
Yeah.
It's
Was
wonderful.
that the Hulk Hogan stuff?
Peter Thiel.
Yes,
Peter Thiel.
And it's a great book. And when they go over, it's so great because almost half the book is like, here's how a real conspiracy goes down. And they talk about when Peter Thiel expanded it to 2 people and then to 3 people. All of a sudden, things are getting real. It's getting very tense on whether this secret of what they're doing gets out. But that's a true conspiracy.
Because Peter Thiel wanted to essentially sue them until they out of existence.
Because that guy had the
Crazy
head of
money.
Gawker had
outed Peter.
Yes, had outed him, and he's a billionaire, and he went, I don't care what it takes, I'm going to take him down, and I'm going to find a way to do it without anybody knowing. And
What's the book called?
Conspiracy.
Oh, so he used Hulk Hogan
just called Conspiracy?
as the...
Yeah,
he backed Hulk Hogan.
It's just called Conspiracy, but I don't want to. Now I'm letting up. But it was very convenient that the Hulk Hogan thing went down. That started happening. He took that. It wasn't
and
that
ran with it.
He went like, oh, that's an opportunity to exploit to take them down. It's great. It's a great book, and it's.
Have you read a book called Give and Take?
No.
I'm going to start recommending books. It was Apple Book of the Year in 2017, I think, by Adam Grant. Really good book. Are you a reader?
I am wildly dyslexic, so I read nothing, but I listen to everything.
You listen to books on tape.
Yes, and right now...
I feel like when I listen to books on tape, I don't get as much knowledge as if I were to actually
I think
read
it's practice. So I used to be the same way, and then I practiced, and now I can
practice
do it.
what, listening?
Yeah, because what happens is your mind wanders as you're driving and stuff. So
I listen to podcasts.
Oh, I glean so much more from listening than reading.
I do too. Now I do.
I'm just reading all the Jack Reacher books now, so which are great.
Yeah.
But Conspiracy is definitely I would recommend it. And the beautiful poetry of Don. Oh, that's science.
Only 321 pages.
Give and Take is a really fucking good book about. He kind of like talks about how there are 3 people in the world. There are takers, there are givers, and then there are matchers. So I'll give you as long as you give me, that kind of stuff. And he makes a very, very compelling case for in politics, Hollywood, everywhere, including business. People that give, but give strategically. People who are worth it, not just giving it to idiots, and people who are just generous. Over the long period, over the long haul, always come out on top. It's a really, really powerful book in that sense. He does a really good job.
I
And people who takers, scumbags, whoever they might be,
It catches up with them.
It catches up with them because and what happens is when you're a giver, you could make the argument that people start to really like you and they conspire to help you. When you take, what happens is people go, oh, he fucked you over too, and there becomes this naturally a neural sort of a web of people who go, the guy's a dick.
Yeah, I think it's just natural.
Yeah, and you'll never
there's
come out
those
of that.
comics though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Of course.
But I would also say when like the Me Too thing came up and the people who knew that people were dicks, they could not be happier to go, oh yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah.
Just finally they can do
that
something.
guy's a
about
piece
it.
of shit,
Yes.
and that, and
Yes.
yeah, and it happens all the time with movie stars who get out of control, and then they
Have
find
one bad movie.
one flop, and they're like, "You're out. That's it."
Yes.
Because they were dicks.
Try to get it out.
They're just looking for a reason.
right. And
Did you? This isn't a conspiracy or a Me Too thing, but maybe a little bit. But there's that I forget his name. Derek Poston was really close with him, but he was a Christian comic, really really clean. But I mean, selling out huge theaters, successful comic. Got caught with a side piece. Was married, got caught with a side piece. So the Christian community is like, oh hell no. His entire tour for 2020. I mean, granted, we didn't know Corona was going, but all his dates got pulled.
this Sam Kinison?
Chris.
Yeah, that's him.
kidding.
Ah, poor guy.
Right.
Sexual sin. So his entire tour, everything, he can't do it now.
Jesus.
Well, I'm gonna fucking forgive, man.
Well, yes, that's really good.
Well, no. So what you do is you have to
what's gonna
repent.
happen-
You have to
yeah.
repent.
He will do the classic. I'm going to go to rehab. He'll
Yep.
probably go to rehab for some reason, and he will be super sorry for a year.
So here's what he did. Girls would ask for tickets and be like, yeah, you can get, a hot girl ask for tickets. Like, hell yeah, I give you tickets, but let's hang out afterwards.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got.
Sounds like he's a normal dude.
There it is. Sexual sin and addiction struggles, and so he's going to go into rehab, which is the classic move. And
You're there for about 4 weeks. You get out, repent, get back on tour, dude.
yeah, I mean,
He'll have to repent, and then he'll go back to doing things or maybe just go, hey, Christian community, I'm going out on my own. I'm gonna start performing just for sinners.
That's what I would do.
well,
And people would gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
and look at who Jesus hung out with.
He hung out with the prostitutes.
Yeah, he hung out with all the sinners.
beggars,
So
all
it's
the sinners.
the Christian American thing where it's a very strange
They're so
thing.
just-
They're like-
Especially about sex. It's a puritanical thing
They're
about
so
sex.
it's
judgmental.
but it's also like you must be perfect, which is ironic since Christ was like, oh no, everyone's fucked up.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's how it is.
Yes.
And
Such a bummer. I feel for that guy.
yeah, I know it's well he
He looks
created
ridiculous, whatever.
he created the also helped stoke the image probably of
Yeah. Yes.
guys. I go to church. I have to tell you.
Do you?
I believe in that stuff. But
Really?
Dude, you would say
hold
my act is definitely not.
Yeah.
You go to, you're a Christian or what are you?
Oh yeah.
So you believe in that, but not conspiracy
Here's what I
theories.
think. Yeah. Yes, but I don't believe Christianity's a conspiracy
Yeah.
or Islam or
Wow.
These are sort of wisdoms
Hindu.
that you can symbolically,
what would be the
metaphorically you can
conspiracy?
use.
That Jesus was, died and came back. from
right.
the
But
dead.
is that a conspiracy or is that just a faith?
I would say,
He said drinking.
you don't think it's a little bit ridiculous to believe that and not believe in some of this other stuff?
I think-
because if you believe that, how's that any different than believing in zombies?
Well, because zombies don't.
Depends on what
exist.
you mean by belief in terms of like.
There's faith, which you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yes. Yes.
I think the value of having a perfect man, Christ, right, would be that if you can see what the
example.
perfect example is, and you, as a human being, knowing that you're flawed, can reach for it and try to emulate it as best you can. That to me is what the symbol of Christ, where the power of the symbol
love one
of
another
Christ.
was as you would like the thing.
Love
that-
your enemy,
rules.
radical.
The whole
yeah.
thing, the giver thing, would be like the more you give, the more.
But also turn the other cheek and love your enemy is a radical concept
That's great,
that's
yeah.
never been really.
I think there's some great lessons you can learn from the Bible, but I think people that believe it, page by page,
That would be a fundamentalist, though,
a little
right?
ridiculous.
But that's the definition.
Well, no, and
of
I don't. I mean,
fundamentalist.
do. Of course. I mean, when people took it as a science book, it's not.
Yeah.
But you could, in theory, say those first there was nothing and then there was light. You could be like, yeah, that was the Big Bang.
Metaphor. You can use it
Yes,
as metaphor.
you can use that as a great metaphor.
People
but,
have found the Christian Bible the Jewish Bible, the Islamic Bible, the Quran, they found great value in them when they treat them
100%.
When they treat them as metaphor for how to live your life. There are a lot of great lessons, it seems. Just the idea of restriction, of self-restriction, kind of like having command of your appetites.
Also to have a blueprint of how to live your life.
And like you look at the Ten Commandments, it's like, don't kill people. Don't walk across the street and bang your neighbor's wife.
Yeah.
Don't. And you're like,
saves you some trouble.
You could create a society based on those things.
It saves you.
Wouldn't be running. It wouldn't be anyway. And that said, I think a lot of people would say that people having faith sounds crazy and all that. And I was like, yeah, it sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I'd say it's as crazy, and I'm not judging you. I'd say it's believing in that is as crazy as believing in conspiracy theories.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Interesting.
Because I think there's very good evidence that we landed on the moon.
Yeah.
I think that's not staged.
I agree.
And what I'm saying is there's no evidence that Jesus came back from the dead.
There is no evidence. You're right.
There's zero.
But there's very good evidence we walked on the moon. So.
But that's one conspiracy theory.
Well, I think there's very good evidence that the Earth isn't flat.
Yeah, true.
I think there's very good evidence there's no Sasquatches. I think there's very good evidence that that's not a chemtrail. That's just
that's condensation.
That's vapor that's made from a jet going through the atmosphere.
No, I think what Brendan's saying is, I think I know there's an inconsistency when the fundamental tenet of being a Christian is the idea that you accept the fact that Christ was man and God.
There was a person.
Whether he was Father and Son. And he raised 3 days later, his body was seen by Mary and her friends or whoever and some other people. And
came out of my rib.
Well, that's Adam. That's
way
Adam.
back when.
That's Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but
that's in the Bible, though.
That's in the Old Testament.
Yeah,
there would be
Genesis.
Yeah, but that's in the Bible.
Yeah,
that was before.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah.
You came from my rib, right?
Correct.
Right.
And then I fucking.
So what we've learned is that guy, Mr. Christ, who
John Christ
decided to stay in that.
I just thought that was crazy when Derek was telling me about it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. He lost all basically his entire fan base.
Yeah, but if you look at a lot of the traditional, especially fundamentalist Christians, if like a mega preacher comes out and says, I think it's fine for gay people to be married and it's good, they'll lose their entire.
And how ridiculous is that?
That's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. It's terrible.
What did Kanye West do? Replaces John Christ with who? His name's John Christ or Christ.
Well, he's been doing his Sunday service thing.
You know what? And that's where I hike, and they're so loud.
Really?
It's so loud. Yeah. Oh wow.
Wow.
Kanye West replaced him. Are you shitting me, dude?
That's 2019 December.
Well, it's also ironic because you look at someone like Kanye who's had a life
sinner.
of
He'd be a sinner.
But then once you commit in that world, that culture, then they're like, oh, everything's fine.
Yeah, you're good,
doing
dude.
it. But Chris will come back after he's made his big, huge. He's made it probably 1,000 apologies now. But after his rehab, I'm holding a bottle of booze. But But he'll be back. I guarantee in a year he'll be back and touring. Because if he went with that woman and left his wife, that would probably be a problem.
Right. But he will.
No.
I was lost and now I'm found. That's what'll happen. He's got to be.
Which
found.
is, Anyway, it's long.
It's a weird.
It's a deep dive.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to question your faith, Joel. I'm just saying.
At no point do I feel that. No. But I absolutely see your point.
Yeah.
But
he's going to hell, so we know that, and you and I both.
He is not going to hell.
According to the Bible, I'm going to hell.
No, there's a height restriction.
I didn't know that.
Where if you're taller than a certain thing, you're fine.
I didn't know that.
That's it. When I first came to LA, I was going to those Bible studies. I tell you this with my buddy who's balls deep in the Bible and Jesus Christ. And I go.
I remember that.
Balls deep in Jesus is a good word.
Good phrase.
You can use that, man.
Good phrase.
Take it back to your. I go. So what happens if you don't give yourself to Jesus? He goes, well, according to you're going to hell. And I go, but my dad and my brother, two of the nicest, most loving people I know, and my mom, and they don't believe in Jesus Christ. He goes, that sucks, dude. They're going to hell. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out, dude.
No,
you guys are fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy. When I hear stuff like that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
It's nuts. I stopped going.
Yep.
Are you still friends with that guy?
Yeah, we're cool.
Even though he thinks you're going to hell?
Yeah. We're cool.
No,
because but that's what he was raised on. That's his beliefs. I'm like, I get it, dude.
Yeah, but we were all raised. I was raised Roman Catholic, but I don't believe in the Pope. So you can make those decisions, but
God, I was raised with no religion, even though I'm Catholic, Roman Catholic.
No, I was an altar boy.
Oh, you were.
You're in it.
But I wasn't in any of it. I thought it was all. I didn't like any of that stuff growing up.
Yeah, my dad went to the seminary. Now he couldn't be more of an atheist. I go, what happens when you die? He goes, extinction.
Yeah.
I was like, oof. All right.
Yeah. You go to church with.
If I didn't believe, like if I wasn't like a Christian, I would definitely be an atheist.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What was it?
I'm an agnostic.
What's the deist? That's where you believe in a higher being, but you don't believe in like Jesus
I believe.
No, that's where you just like, I don't want to think about it.
That's what I am.
You're just like, something's going on.
Something's going on. Yeah. I'll figure it out.
I believe this.
As long as you're a good person.
I think there's definitely a higher intelligence, a higher.
Go to definition for me.
I just did your deity, which is God or goddess.
So a deist would be a deity is a god, but a deist would be somebody who believes that God made the world and just let it go, and
a supreme being.
It goes to its
specifically a creator who does not intervene in the universe.
Right.
Yep. Term is used chiefly.
He let it go. He just let it go. You know.
He's like, do your thing, man. I made this.
What's the difference between deism and agnosticism?
So an agnostic is someone who says I don't know. Essentially, somebody who's like, I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. I prefer to be sort of on neutral. The fence there of right. I'm an agnostic.
You're Switzerland.
Yeah. But a deist is someone who believes in God and that God created the world, but does not interfere in daily life. So lets it kind of, there are laws to the universe. He set those laws in place and go. And so the earth continues to spin according to its own laws.
That's what I am.
So there are laws of nature. There are laws of, You
know a lot for someone like yourself.
Yeah.
He's been around a while, dude.
I've been around a lot.
Read a lot of books.
How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
48.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, you look good.
You look the youngest in the room.
I'm the youngest in the room?
Well, no, Kat's the youngest, clearly. She's by far the best looking.
53 I am.
You're 53.
53.
37.
42. Turning 43.
I'm not being shitty, Chin. I'd say he looks younger.
Yeah, I would say so too.
I thought you were I thought you and I were similar age.
Yeah, he's got tight skin, but I'll tell you something.
But wine really breaks that down.
And not only that, after you hit about 50, 51, you start to age quicker. I swear to God, the difference between 50 and like 53, where like this trainer who's been around forever, and I said, he goes, don't be sprinting and stuff. Your tendons are,
you're 50.
I was like, I noticed that. My fucking calves and my tendons hurt more.
Yeah, 50-year-olds aren't supposed to be sprinting.
Right.
Is that what he told you?
Yeah.
Why would you sprint?
I don't know.
Who told you not to sprint?
I'm telling him now.
You should sprint.
Jesus.
Not at 53.
Go ahead,
right,
Joel.
Because 2 years
zombies
ago,
come?
I hated squatting, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I hate squats. And then I'm like, I'm not good at them.
But you did in college.
Getting old. I did a lot of squatting. You did the same thing. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to squat every day. And then I'm going to deadlift every other day.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to start. And because I couldn't, my back was bad and I couldn't deadlift 45 pounds. And I couldn't even deadlift the bar. And then I was like, screw it. I'm doing it every day until I don't even think about it. And I stopped running as well. I was like, it's hard on your body. And then I was like, no, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
And
your body can get strong when you do that.
So now I can deadlift more than I did in college, practically.
What's your deadlift?
And thank you for asking so much. I rep with like 315. And then I can get up to like 4, but I don't do that.
That's a lot of weight.
Ever.
That's a lot of weight.
I'm sure you were.
You do it with a trap bar or you do it with a straight bar?
Straight bar.
Oh, gangster.
He'll do 400 right now for reps, and that's his warm up. I'm not joking.
For deadlifting?
Him? Oh, that's a lot. He laughs at that.
I don't laugh.
I watched him do. Ready for this?
Ready for warm up with 400 pounds?
Ready for this?
No.
I saw this with my eyes. Ready for this?
Yeah.
550.
550.
Not 500. 550. Ready?
Yeah.
He did 10 reps. Hold on. He did 10 reps at 550. Now ready? He did 10 sets. He did 100 reps with 550 pounds.
Joel,
for deadlifting.
And he did it this way. Watch this.
This is when I was
watch
an
this.
Deadlifting?
I tell dick jokes now. It doesn't help.
I was like, oh my God.
Did that hurt
and then
you?
his brother told me that when Brendan was really deadlifting, when he was like deadlifting over 700 pounds, the bar would bend. He was bending the bars.
Brendan's my hero.
And they were mad at Brendan because he was bending the bars. As
You were
Lauren
going to
Landau,
gyms and ruining bars?
Lauren Landau said there's strong, and then there's Brendan Schaub.
Yeah. That's a God-given talent.
It's a weird
That's
strong.
why you should believe in God.
It's a weird strong.
That's you should be thankful for your gifts.
Yeah. And he doesn't.
God.
He's a piece of shit. Because he's a piece of shit, and he just thinks that wasn't God-given.
It's a lot of hard work, man.
He's been working, but he hasn't stopped.
A lot of hard work.
Oh yeah. How many of your MMA friends, like the great athletes, how many could do that?
I don't know.
Not
Zero.
a lot.
Let's go with zero.
Let's go with zero.
Not a lot.
Let's go with zero.
Why? Because he did a Turkish get-up with the full barbell with 155 pounds. A Turkish get-up, just got up, just stood up with it on, like holding it like that.
You saw him do this.
Yeah.
There's video.
This is
video. There's video, Bubba. There's video. I also saw him do 30 pull-ups when he was there with Tim Tebow.
50, not a big deal. Hey, Joel.
What did Tebow do when he
30?
saw that?
I would beat him in pull-ups. He would beat me anything legs.
Yeah.
His legs are so
When
strong.
I said to Tim, I go, Brendan's stronger than you? Because he's competitive as fuck.
Me and
He
him
goes
are
like this.
so
He goes like
competitive.
this. He goes. He goes. I mean, when it comes to legs, not
I
even.
can't. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Upper body, I'd beat him, though.
You beat him in upper body?
Yeah, pull-ups, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him once and I couldn't believe how big he was.
Yeah.
Well, you think you mean Jesus Christ.
Gronk is smaller than him.
He's a big
Gronk's
guy.
not like Tim. Tim's a freak, dude. Gronk's a freak athletically.
I mean,
but,
obviously.
But Tim's like, his workouts are like, holy fuck.
No, but when I see
Hardest worker I've ever met in my life. Whether it's UFC, NFL, nobody's more disciplined than Tim Tebow. No, the keto diet, oh my God, dude. You've never seen
he got
anything
mad
like
at you. He's like, how much better you could be? It's like, I don't know, he's
what would he do if he saw us?
he's never had a drink in his life, I don't think, right?
He did once, I think, maybe once. I don't know. That dude,
he's
the real deal.
He's
the real
man.
deal. Great
He's a nice
dude.
man.
I love him.
He just got married.
He did?
Dime piece. Miss South Africa,
What
I
a
think.
surprise.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, man.
No, I
Truly a
when
good
I'm
guy.
I
Plot twist, black girl. Just kidding. Fooled you. White girl.
Oh,
Can't believe you believe
Tammy
that.
Lee Nell Peters.
Yeah, she's...
how tall? Like when I met JJ Watt one time, and I was like, oh,
Good
this
guy.
guy.
He's
is,
300 pounds, though.
Yeah, I was like, this guy is not
Good
joking.
God, Tim.
It's Timmy's wife.
Congratulations, Tim.
They're going to be busting kids out like crazy. They're going to have 17 kids.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
He's been
That's-
raring to go.
He's like, what's his name? He just got traded to the Colts.
Oh, Phillip Rivers?
Yeah, I was like, how many kids?
He has 11 kids or something
So
like that?
mad. That poor.
He's Mormon.
Is he?
Yeah, he's Mormon.
Oh,
Yeah, but when
He's
he
got
walks,
11
imagine every time he gets near the house, his wife must be like, "Oh shit!"
There he goes.
Hide.
Kids.
Here comes Dad. We're definitely getting pregnant in the next 10
that's
minutes.
how many kids he has? That's fucking
I would
impressive.
love that. I would love that.
That is so impressive. Holy shit.
My aunt had 10 kids.
My dad's one of, I think, 11 or 12.
Man.
Nightmare. It's a nightmare.
8 children.
Like I like how the kid has the "Just Do It" sweater. It's just be like pointing to his parents.
His wife is amazing. Well done, young lady. How do you push out
there's
that many
9 there.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
amazing.
sure he's up to 10.
Yeah,
That
they
might be an
couldn't-
old pick.
9.
Yeah, I think she's actually giving birth in that photo.
To twins. Yeah.
He's a badass. I love his.
He's
I love
such a
watching him
stud.
play. Yeah, he
he's
seems
one
like
of
he'd
my
be such a
favorites.
I
bitch
love
to fight.
that he's constantly just annoyed on the
Yes.
And just talking shit.
Yeah, he's
So
just like,
intense.
I'm just gonna, and I love his attitude that he doesn't hide it. And
Did you hear when, obviously he had his whole career in San Diego, when they moved.
look at that. That castle looks small. Oh, sorry.
When they moved to LA, he didn't want to move his kids, so he left all of them there. They built one of those Sprinter buses, so he would commute every day when they had practice and the games from San Diego
that.
to LA. But in that Sprinter bus, he had a whole setup, so you just watch hours and hours of tape in the bus.
Wow.
So you get to the game and be ready to go.
That's good. It makes sense.
Just such a monster.
He is a stud, man. He's
look at
a
that.
big guy, by the way. He's fucking huge. I think.
Yeah. How big is JJ Watt compared?
Oh man, JJ, your quarterback's Russell.
Yes.
You love him.
Love him.
He's so underrated. I feel like.
Well, everyone always goes, oh, he's not that big. He's not that. Have you seen the legs on that
His
guy?
legs are huge.
On who?
Yeah.
Russell
he
Wilson?
was on
Oh, yeah.
when I had the Netflix show. Thank you.
I watched it.
Where's the clapping?
Nobody said, all right, man.
No one.
But the Netflix show is tough because Netflix isn't. It's not like a regular TV station. So
here's what. Listen. Here's what I'll tell. No.
So he's like a daily show, basically on Netflix.
Right. But he, first of all, he came and did a sketch and he accidentally left his like sweatpants.
Oh.
And they were like. The legs, they were triple X, but like the waist was taken in, but his legs were, it's hard to tell there.
Her legs you can see how thick his legs. They're right there. Show him running right there.
He's short, though. Let's not get it twisted.
He's
for a quarterback, he's short.
6'1".
For quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, for quarterback, but it doesn't seem to matter.
No, he's a super
look
stud.
at Drew Brees. He's
super stud. No, Russell Wilson might be the best quarterback in the NFL.
But yeah, people always underestimate him and
huge arms. I mean,
but the guy you can his twitchy muscle thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be super strong, but his twitchy muscle, when you see him make the decision to run with the ball instead of throw it.
He doesn't have a lot of help either. He's such a baller. I thought he was going to get MVP over Jackson.
Too. And then Lamar Jackson.
It's so stupid that they give MVP before the playoffs are done.
It's really dumb.
It's so stupid.
He was the
MVP.
Amazing. Yeah.
He didn't have half the help.
And they almost made it. I mean, that was we should have beaten the 49ers at home when Marshawn Lynch, that delay again. Okay, I'll stop talking. But anyway, that said, he's such a.
I like when he goes hip hop, Russell Wilson. Have you seen that?
No.
Trying to look all sexy. Just doesn't really fit his demeanor. It's like awkward in the pictures.
I think it's for
GQ.
What happens to me.
Yeah.
One of these?
No, I mean, he looks pretty swaggy there.
He's also a guy that.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Everyone's
roasting for this.
He's growing out the hair. I like it.
Yeah, stud.
No, he's also one of those guys that doesn't take a drink, I mean, he's so crazily disciplined.
The commitment.
Yeah, and
it's almost psychotic.
I feel like that's almost a superstition. Like you don't want to fuck anything up.
No, they're so disciplined.
Yeah.
They don't have time.
It's such a hard job. There's so much pressure on being a.
That's why they don't.
That's how I feel, and then I hear that cork come out of the bottle, and I'm like, man, let's just see how this tastes.
But we gotta not wear our hair like that, though. Obviously, huh?
That's cool.
I think you look sweet.
Yeah. Well,
I wish I had that hair.
His girl's a fucking 10.
Have you seen her in person?
Sure haven't.
She's very,
back
very
back to your show though on Netflix. It's a tough.
Oh well,
the game plan was
I
tough.
wish we were one of the first to go like, all right, we're going to do this thing, and I was always going like, I know this sounds like I'm just trying to take your money, but you need to leave us on for a long time.
Did you sell the show to Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh look, there we are.
There we are.
But no, I was like, just like any other talk show, you need to leave this thing on for a long time to find an audience.
Yes.
And I was like, and it's harder with this streaming service because that's how. And they were like, sure, buddy. We're the most successful company next to Amazon or whatever. But
it doesn't work like that.
But so they did. I wanted, of course, I was like, just leave it on and have people find it.
Yes.
And that obviously wasn't part of their
I thought
plan.
it was good because but what's weird is then they doubled down it because they did this and then did a similar show with Michelle Wolf.
Yep.
And it was just like, these aren't going to work because it's not.
Well, but that's why they had to create. In my mind, they're like, you need to create the atmosphere where people would go to it every week, where they go. So that's why with like when James Corden first got on, people were like, who is this guy? Nobody knows him. And Les Moonves, what a guy. He said,
well, business-wise,
he was very smart.
You don't want him around your girl.
There's all that other stuff. Yeah, the part where he was masturbating in front of his own doctor. That's not recommended. Yes, that's what and that's one of the people that
testified against him?
She was, and he was jerking off in the doctor's office, and she walked in and she just goes, "You have a problem," and he was like, "I really do." That was like part of the dialogue. Which
he was a savage.
I just like how she was.
What happened? What happened with all of that? Did he pay everybody off and just go quietly into the night?
He lost his gig, but he got paid off like $200 million.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was.
His wife was a smoke show too,
and she's on Big Brother. Continues to be. She's very nice.
She's Asian.
But she's off the Julie Chen. Yeah, she's off the talk. But what am I going back to? Oh, when James Corden came on, he was just like, yeah, don't worry. People like, we don't know who he is. We don't know if he's going to last. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm going to leave him on for a year.
Let him figure it out.
And let him figure it out and get his, and...
then he did carpool karaoke.
And it exploded. Yeah. But it's one of those things where...
Takes a while.
You lead, like when Conan first went on, they gave him a year, and he always, and Conan will tell you, like they were always like, you gotta be more. They were giving him notes, obviously, and Conan very smartly stuck to his guns, and now he's a legend,
the king.
But you got to let that stuff. I mean, like
to.
when I first did the soup, nobody watched it for a year, but because we ticked up like 2.0 ratings pointage, just barely anything on that night. They're like, it costs nothing. Let's just leave it on. And then all of a sudden, we found the.
Was that show your idea, or did you audition for that? Because they were the show.
They started bringing people in 2004 to go, if we were to bring back the show in a certain way, how would you do it? And so I know that they brought it. They had me do I was so dyslexic that they had, okay, you're going to read these jokes that I wrote with these writers that I'm the guys that gave me the sword. And we wrote, these jokes got written and I had to memorize it because it was so bad.
You're that bad
like
at
5 minutes of like jokes.
You've always been that dyslexic.
So yeah,
but being a stand-up comic probably helped you because
I wasn't a stand-up then.
Oh, you weren't touring then?
No.
When did you start doing stand-up?
2005. When the show began to work a year later,
then you went on
his
tour.
agent was like, "Oh, you got to go out and you're going to make a bunch of money because people know who you are and you just bring your comic friends with you."
Well, I don't know if you ever remember me meeting you a long time ago in a clothing store. And I came up to you and said, I'm a fan. I was a fan. Store? I don't remember. Maybe American Rag.
We were in Forever 21.
American Rag or something like that. Yeah.
It was probably American Rag.
I think it was American Rag. And I said, I'm a fan, sir. And he said, thank you. And I said, are you doing stand-up? Because I thought.
Yes, we totally did.
Yes. And I said, you should. I think you said you were starting to or something.
I was like, I'm trying. And boy, was I eating it.
Well, I mean, stand-up, like anything, is I don't give a fuck how funny you are until you have an act. You eat a dick. Yes. It just takes a while. It's just a different thing.
Well, it was a weird thing because I had this weird, because if I had started when people didn't know I wasn't on a show, I would have eaten shit in a good way where I was like, oh, that's not funny. But because they liked the soup, they were like, hey, it's great. Yeah. And I was like, oh. And then I'd do it in front of a crowd that didn't know the show. And they'd be like, this is the worst. This is worse than the Holocaust. And so I really had to, it took me, and after doing, like 2,000 shows.
Yeah.
Then finally I was like, it took me a long, because sometimes talk shows would be like, come on and do stand-up. And I was like, I talk a lot about television clips. I don't think it's going to necessarily translate. Yeah. But now I'm way better than I was. I will confidently say way better than
it's all fucking like hard. I'm trying
to. Do you tour now?
Yeah.
A ton, yeah.
I do it. I now need, because I did the special, I need to start over. And
where'd you do the special at?
San Jose, in that
San Jose
Charlie Chaplin. He had a very, very old theater.
What's it called?
Live from Pyongyang. Which I don't think anybody's watched.
Very good.
And I went on that Kelly and Ryan show, and I told Kelly the title, and she goes, no one's going to know what that is. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But
very good, though.
I liked it.
Thanks for the money.
But the number of people, you'd be amazed at the number of people that said, how did you do a show in North Korea? And I was like, I didn't. How do you think that would be possible? I would be shot.
Yes.
I would be in jail. I was like,
yes.
Come let me do a comedy show in front of a bunch of people who don't speak English. I mean,
that's hilarious.
Impossible.
Yeah, so I don't think it did very well, but it's a.
Where'd
thing
you?
for me.
Was comedy? I did mine with Comedy Dynamics as well.
Very nice people.
Yes.
What was the name of yours?
Mine was called Complicated Apes. That was my.
I wanted to call it American Boner, but he was too much of.
I like American Boner.
What did your dad think of American Boner?
He probably wouldn't have listened to it.
How old's your dad?
Almost 80. Yeah.
Big How proud is he? Proud?
I think he is. Yeah.
Your dad proud?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Yours?
Yeah.
Your dad's proud.
I don't know.
My dad's proud.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Has your dad ever said, "Hey"?
His dad is not going to be. His dad's not a guy who's like, "Great job, Brendan," but his dad's quietly very proud.
Right.
His dad's a very present man in his life and always has been.
He doesn't say, "You're going to get a real job." He doesn't say stuff like that.
No, because he's my house and stuff.
He's in your house?
Well, he sees my house. He's like, well, whatever you're doing works.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it goes.
Yeah, I just slipped to my dad. Somehow it came up how much I was making at a certain point.
They have no clue.
Yeah, and then I saw some cousins like a month later, and they're like, "Hey, we're here. You're making."
Everybody hears about it. Yeah,
Of course, he started telling his brother. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Do some current events, Jen.
Sure.
current events.
Yeah,
Some
man.
current events section.
Haven't we already talked about?
We have.
Tiger?
If I
Cover most
gave
of
you,
it?
would your life change if I gave you $100 million?
Well,
Probably buy more steaks.
yeah. I mean, I'd buy a lot more stuff. 100 million. Yeah. No, it would change
Tax free?
very significantly.
What in what sense?
Follow Ryan Reynolds' example with donation.
Finish your thought.
No, this is a really in that it would be a lot more money than I have.
Yeah.
Like, would you buy a different house? Would you move to a different area? More cars?
What would your day-to-day be?
You're a successful dude, so it's like, would 100
Oh
million really
no, we
change
probably
life?
wouldn't change houses. No, I'd definitely get a 1966 Oldsmobile Tornado.
Okay, that's 20 grand. Go on.
Oh no.
Well, but then I'd
20.
put like a.
Sure. So okay.
Boy, no, I know where I'd buy another house in
Where?
Seattle.
Okay.
1960, that thing. I'm
cool
obsessed
car.
with that car.
Yeah. So far, I'm not impressed. You can do both of those things right
that one's
now.
actually 26 grand. So
Okay, you're right. I can. That's
You
true.
can do both those things
Is that
right
for
now.
sale?
I just asked you.
sale.
I just asked you how it would change.
Okay, no, I mean you could fly a lot more privately.
That's right. That's
Good deal on a
that's
helicopter
what I
right
would
now.
do. I'd be spending money on private. I'd be flying.
Yeah, that
just
would be-
travel. But even that's what what's that rich dude who donated Oklahoma State, the billionaire, the fucking billionaire, Buffett.
Oh.
That's what they asked him about.
Said I traveled
He goes, because my life really didn't change. I just traveled different.
You know, I drove by his house when I was in
Nebraska.
in Omaha. I drove by his house and we stopped and
like
there's
a
just a
Star Maps
loudspeaker.
thing?
The loudspeaker goes, "Sir, you can't park there." And that's it. Just move it. But it's a very.
Did you buy a
modest
star
house.
map?
But-
I did not.
You
But
just
the
drove by it?
guy was driving us around, showed us, just took us by Warren Buffett's house. He goes, "You want to see it?" I go,
He's
yeah,
a
he goes,
legend.
right there.
Legend.
Yeah, he's.
He's also
Is he
90,
still alive,
90,
or?
90 years old.
I did like it when like Trump wouldn't reveal. Now we're getting back to Trump. He wouldn't reveal his tax records, and then Buffett. He was like, "Well, you have it," and then he did. Buffett released his taxes.
Yeah,
Like,
Buffett's
here
like,
it is.
"Here you go."
Yeah.
And he went,
Your turn.
"Oh, right."
While
Okay,
he's being
well,
audited, by the way. Yeah.
And Trump goes, "You're stupid."
It would. Wow, that's a lot of money. It would. Yeah, it would. It would
Jesus
definitely.
Christ.
I'm one of the. Like you guys, it sounds like. I'm like a OCD workaholic who
Yeah.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
No matter how much they pay me, I wouldn't
So
stop.
that will always.
such a weird, I know.
I will hold on to those handlebars with white knuckles.
Yes.
Where's that come from? Where do you think that comes from?
But,
I have
but
that too.
don't you think that's why we're kind of our stance on the coronavirus? We're like, oh, back by Easter, let's fucking do it. And then I know some people are like,
course.
dude, I'm chilling, fucking
course.
relax.
'Cause
Man.
I'm afraid-
I like the break.
I'm afraid of I want to keep this going, man. I mean,
Well, I'm not worried about losing. I just want to I want to get back to work. I want to stand up and come on, man.
No, we all. Yes.
I think that's why that's our perspective on
But
it.
we all know you're here doing this though right now, and you're not worried about. I mean, obviously, everyone's been washing the hell out of themselves, but this is why you're doing podcasts and doing everything else that you can, because we were given that. I don't know what it is. That
know what it is.
That hair up our asses,
I've always had it.
What do you
I've
think
never
it
been
comes
able-
from?
ants in our pants. That's a.
I think part of it might come from the fact that you know what you're capable of doing and you want to be able to do it before you die.
But I don't
Did you
think
have
it's that. I also really enjoy it. I love to work. Like, it's my passion. It's not to me. This isn't work.
But what's the but
let me ask you
what's
this.
the feeling you get from that though, right? So it's there's-
Satisfaction, happiness.
no.
Why-
But let me ask you this: when you were a walk-on at Washington, right? You get treated like shit. Did you get a chip on your shoulder from that to come over to entertainment?
No,
'Cause I have that.
I never thought I was going to be a good football player.
Oh, interesting.
I was like, I just want to see if I can do this.
You were like Rudy.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna try I got up to like 245 pounds and I was like, what's happening? But that was more to see if I was more like, oh, this
Testing
is
it.
strange challenge that I took up. No, but I always knew that I was gonna do something like this.
In entertainment.
Yes, but
Okay.
I don't know. I think this is the I'm never going to stop working thing.
Yeah.
That's an ants in the past. I think that's just, again, like if you can deadlift 700 pounds.
That does nothing for me.
Right. It might not do anything for anybody, but you're given that thing and when you were
worked
born
up
this
to
way.
it.
You were
Like,
born
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
there was never an option for you. It was never in your wheelhouse to go, well, I'm going to go to college and then get a law degree, and that means I'll get a decent job and I'll make this much money and I'll work doing this for a long time.
Correct.
That was never an option for you. It's a great option for a zillion people.
Yes.
But we all went, no, I'm going to stand on stage and eat shit for years.
Yes.
And that's something that, and we didn't care about the torture of it.
No.
And
I remember one time I was Patty Jenkins. We were in New York City and I was a young comic and it was packed.
So this is in the 20s?
And it was Dave Chappelle. It was in the 20s.
This is 1940.
so it was like, was everything lit with candles?
Everything was lit with candles and
Was Chaplin
and
the
smallpox was going around. So we were all, I know, and there were no vaccines. But I remember Dave Chappelle had been up and some other people and I was a new comic and I remember looking at Patty and I go, they're about to call me up and you get so nervous when you're young and you're going to do it for a fucking packed room. And I just looked at her and I go, hell of a way to try to make a living. And she goes, you'll be fine. And I remember going, why am I doing this? Like those moments where you go, why am I doing something this crazy? What is wrong with me that I hate myself this much, that I have to prove myself, that I have to get up on that stage?
You think it's a hate? I don't
know what it is. It's just
the exact opposite of hate.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you're striving for something else.
Yes. I just wanted to be different. I just wanted to be the person being talked about as opposed to.
But that was nothing. That was nothing that you ever learned. That was always in you. That was always in you.
But I remember as a kid watching westerns, and so I would see the gunslinger and the hero in the street fighting, and I would see the. I remember when the barber guy would be like, "Ooh," and he shut his window. He'd go, he shut the shutters, and lock and retreat inside. And as a child, I remember going, I'm never going to be that fucking dude with the spectacles who's like, ooh. I want to be the dude in the street fighting. I remember thinking that, whatever that was, I had to be the one doing the activity that people were talking about.
And then you saw Sweeney Todd, and you were like, "Oh wait, barbers are just murderers."
Yeah, actually,
and
they're just
kind of a cool.
They're fucked up, and
they're just murderers.
No, I think as soon as this thing lifts, then we're the only business where maybe it's not. We're calling our agents, going so.
Do you remember what I said to you when you started doing stand-up?
Do you think that gig in Maui's going to happen?
I remember what I said to you when you started doing stand-up.
You're making a lot of money?
No. I said you were, I know you were nervous about it. I was nervous about it. It was like stand-up is a crazy thing. But I said to you, let me ask you something. Let's go back all the way when you were a kid. Have you ever not found your way to the near top in anything you ever did? Mm-hmm. And I'd never done anything in my life where I didn't find a way to get myself at least on that varsity team in one way or another, right?
Yeah.
That I just would figure it out. Yeah. I just was like, what do I have to do to get that? I just don't want to be this. And so that is a personality.
I think you said it perfectly in that. You figure it out.
Yeah, you
figure it out.
Yeah. Like being dyslexic, I was terrible in school. So I was just like, I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to cheat through everything.
Figure it out.
I'm going to get great grades because I'm just going to cheat.
Whatever you got to do. So
when I go to colleges and do stand-up, like, how was your college experience? Cheated every way.
Take notes, kids.
I got my way through.
So $100 million would it change your life?
I don't think so at all.
You'd be less stressed.
Nah, I say that. I'd find something to worry about. I would find something
Maybe
to worry
your health, but as far as
would $100 million change yours?
I'd buy more cars, more shoes, but no.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other.
I have a house that I want to buy
in the next 2 years. I would create a charity.
That
I would give more. I would figure out a way to give more. That's for sure what I would do. That would come. No, I would actually.
Is anyone buying this? I mean, yeah.
No, I do that now. I have charities now that you know.
I mean, I noticed
because I could never. I already feel like I have too much money, so I already have charities, right? But I don't see how I could have $100 million. Then the guilt factor would be really through the roof.
Yeah.
So I'd have to be like fucking. I'd have to figure out. It'd just be a headache.
I think $100 million. I'd tell my brother to quit his job. My mom.
See, that's charity. You're gonna take care of people.
Yeah.
I might do that now.
Yeah.
But not, right. But if I had $100 million, it'd just be like, oh no, here's this. Yeah. Just stop doing everything.
Yes, but then what happens when you give your brother or whomever $1 million and be like, here, take it, and then 2 years later they're like,
no, my brother'd make $3 million out of it.
Yeah, he'd be like, so can I get?
His brother would make $3 million out of $1 million. Your brother's fucking.
Give some current events, Jen.
Current events.
Here we
Let's see
go.
what's happening?
Okay.
If it's all Corona, I'm gonna freak out.
Kind
Hot.
of.
It's a lot.
So a couple days ago, Ryan Reynolds made a statement that he's going to be donating 30% of all proceeds from Aviation Gin, which is his liquor company, to out-of-work bartenders. And Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul also did the same thing, where
cool.
they're saying that they're going to donate a portion of the proceeds from their brand. I believe it's Dos Hombres. They sell mezcals. They're gonna also be donating to out-of-work bartenders.
It's also a great way to get your
Yeah.
booze out there.
But also gives back. Like it's
Love
it's-
it.
Yeah, but didn't Ryan Reynolds give $1 million to another charity? He and his wife?
I believe
Or
so.
was it through the Aviation Gin thing? But I know that he pledged $1 million.
I know it was smart, and we should have
Canada.
done something like this. But Rob McElhenney from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, he started a GoFundMe, and he was their goal is 50,000. They're at 100,000 now, and he's going to give that, I think, to the hospitals or to feed the hospitals.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Who was it? Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell are doing something similar, where they own a company that owns several different apartment complexes, and they're saying for the month of April and until the coronavirus is over, they're not going to charge anybody for those months in
That's
rent.
cool.
So a lot of people
Yes.
are doing really great things like this.
Rob's one of my favorite people,
Matching donations up to 25,000.
and they're at 100,000 already.
That's amazing.
Nice.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm actually feeding the hospital tonight, paying for the entire staff's dinner.
Look at that.
Now it's not $100,000, but
Bravo.
at least they get food.
You can ask me the same question.
What are you doing?
Oh, what was the question?
What are you doing for charity, Joel?
Can we talk about something else?
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
No, I'm helping the Union Rescue Mission because homeless people now
Super tough.
the donations during times like this just disappear.
Yeah.
So
'Cause we're not-
they literally said, "Do you guys have some coffee?" And so we're bringing them a bunch of coffee.
You guys have coffee or something?
We'd love coffee.
What's this?
So I believe it was last week we talked about how Pornhub was giving away a bunch of free premium memberships to people over in Italy while they were in quarantine. They are doing this worldwide now.
Business
So-
is a booming.
Everybody is
I'm
able to
getting on
get
there.
a 30-day free trial of Pornhub Premium. They also said that they're going to be making donations to first responders as well as medical staff within the nation.
I love you, Pornhub.
This is great news.
Giving back.
This is great news.
They're giving back. And they're giving me a lot of
$25,000
entertainment.
sex workers outreach project.
They're also making it a point to give all of the money that the models and sex workers on Pornhub would make. They're not taking any cut of that from them. They're giving them all their proceeds.
Can the actors work
Yes,
right now?
they are. And
they
they're
are.
getting paid for it
It's
as
a
well.
loose term.
Less than 10
Yeah.
It's a
people.
loose term.
They're working despite the virus being rampant.
I think it's the least of their concern.
Yeah, and I think they're also
I have so many other things
Yeah, dude. What,
that
Corona?
add it to the list.
Corona is not transferred through semen,
Yeah.
apparently. So
Fecal.
Right.
there's no mouth to mouth.
But-
guys,
but
just
no
mouth
ass
to
sex.
cock.
That's it.
I think mouth to cock is fine.
I actually heard he gets rid of it.
Well, this is
Yeah,
this
I
is
heard
a
that
very
too.
credible story.
You
now,
know,
my
there's
parents
a
live with a
lab.
scientist.
It's a
There's a
scientist.
lab
My
in
parents
China
live with a
that
scientist.
is-
It's a
I just got a
scientist.
text
Look
my
it up.
Call your dad. Let's
saying
talk to him
that
for
was-
half an hour
He
again.
just said that was true. There it is.
What else?
I like your mom in the background adding
fun.
to it.
We just played the video.
That was.
She was very good.
So Cardi B made a
Oh
video
wait, what
on
about
Idris.
Prince Charles?
Prince Charles?
He's supposed to be having it too now.
That he
He's
has it?
77.
71,
Is he?
but he.
Getting
Could
up
get a little
there.
dicey.
Yeah, that's apparently he has it.
Michael Yo has it.
Did have it.
How did he?
He's fine.
Oh.
He was in the hospital. Though.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he has it. But
How'd he get it?
I don't know.
I think from what I heard through a third party, his wife and child do not have it, but he got it. I don't know. Traveling,
There's another
who knows?
strong human being when he was playing
Oh yeah,
college football.
he played college football.
played college
D1,
football?
Yeah.
D1 football.
Where at?
Georgia?
No.
Oh, yes.
Michael Yo?
Yes.
Look that shit up, Chin.
Michael Yo is
Yeah,
a
this is
D1
more important
football
than
player. I thought you knew that. I
division.
thought I told you that.
No, I've worked with Michael. We've never talked.
I remember when he started doing stand-up. I've never
Because he
seen
was a
his,
DJ, right?
Yeah, I've never seen his stand-up. How is it?
He's funny. He used to open up for Joe Coy all the time.
Yes, Michael's great.
Great guy.
Very nice man. Ugly,
Hey, wait a
but
minute.
very nice.
The hell?
Ugly. Look at that.
Have you seen his kids?
He's a stud. Good-looking kids.
Biracial babies are just
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Michael is what,
kids
Chinese? He's Chinese and black or something? Or?
Yeah, black and
Yeah,
Chinese.
but he was
Turn the ad blockers off. Ad
he's a
blocker.
stud. Because I did notice how big he was. Well, I was like talking to him, I go,
University of Arkansas, excuse me.
He played football for
Razorbacks.
Razorbacks and got too many concussions. He came back. How long was he on the? Go to his Wikipedia. How long was he on
They
the
didn't
football
show anything
team?
about football on Wikipedia.
I work for
So he got too many concussions, and then
I had too many concussions.
we all did.
Yeah.
It's called football.
Ironically, didn't get, well, I had a skull fracture skiing, but that wasn't the same.
You did, huh?
But every time, you know how it felt. At the end of every football practice, you just had that mild, like you just had a beer and a half.
Like your bell got
You're
rung.
just like, oh yeah.
It feels
Just
pretty
being
nice.
just a little buzzed.
Yeah.
All right.
They call it getting your bell rung, didn't they?
Yeah. Who would have known that years later you couldn't remember anything? Okay.
Well, there you
We
go.
got down to the mic. Michael, get better. Feel better.
Yeah. Well, he played at Arkansas.
Any other?
Got a few others. You guys want some more?
Sure.
Give
I mean,
us
this
two
is the
more.
most fascinating part of the podcast.
Yeah, damn right it is.
All right, it is obviously coronavirus related. So this is Italy's mayors going off
They're
on their.
so funny. Have you
It's
watched
actually
this?
a lot. It's,
No.
It's pretty. It's only 2 minutes 20 seconds,
This
but
made
it's
me
worth
laugh
watching.
so hard.
didn't watch
Watch
it.
how
Okay.
watch how they talk to their people.
Remember, it's translated though, so it's.
Wait, they didn't speak English?
No, they
I
didn't
don't
speak
care
English.
then. Just move on.
No, listen,
them
listen, let us
talking
hear
to the
it. Let us
public.
hear it. It's funny.
And who was this telling him to go home?
The mayor. The mayor of
Mayors,
the
they're all,
town.
yeah, different mayors.
Go to your PlayStation.
casa non deve uscire nessuno e a Messina non esce nessuno perché c'è un'ordinanza e quindi guai chi esce da casa.
Con questi che hanno la prostata infiammata. Dovete stare a casa! Non avete capito che la gente muore! Volete far ammalare tutti! Siete degli irresponsabili, dei cretini, degli emeriti cretini!
C'è una stagione nella quale noi avremo
This one's great.
centinaia di ragazzi che si laureano. Mi arrivano notizie che
Someone
qualcuno
tells us
vorrebbe preparare la festa di laurea. Mandiamo i carabinieri.
Se tu non esci, non ti preoccupare, non succede nulla. È inutile che scriva a me, che cazzo non scrive a me? State andando a casa che non succede niente. Ste cazzo di parrucchiere
you see that?
aggiustate i capelli e i feti. A che cazzo serve? Che cazzo da vedere questi capelli? Perché se uno viene in casa tua, ed è venuto in casa mia, è venuto in casa di un'altra a fare i capelli o no, ma l'hai capito che dobbiamo portare o posto dalla LAC, ti porto o virus corona?
I don't know if that's sound medical advice
Ho
there.
incontrato un nostro concittadino che amabilmente faceva la corsetta su e
That
giù
is
per la
funny.
strada, accompagnato da un cane visibilmente stremato. L'ho fermato e gli ho detto: guarda che questo non è un film, tu non sei Will Smith in Io sono leggenda, quindi passa a casa.
Come andrà tutto bene se continuiamo ogni giorno ad uscire per fare la spesa? Quando la spesa si dovrebbe fare una volta ogni 10 giorni. Come andrà tutto bene se ogni giorno tantissime persone escono per andare a
They like their cigarettes, don't they?
Come andrà tutto bene se la gente va e viene dal benzinaio? Ma questa benzina cosa serve se dovete rimanere a casa? A casa.
Did you see that spring break Florida kid who was
Yeah.
talking all that shit? He got coronavirus.
Yeah. Well, no, he apologized. I'm not sure if he got coronavirus.
I thought he got it.
But there are kids in Kentucky that threw a coronavirus party, and of course, one of them ended up getting coronavirus
Maybe that's what I heard.
because they're young. And
Right?
Italians don't follow rules.
They're here. Now they are.
Now
Now they are.
Now they are. But for the most part, fuck off.
Other grandpas.
I don't know.
are
They
dying.
had their
Oh,
clubs close.
this is Portland, Oregon. So
I love Portland.
she's a.
she's pretty
Just some
smoking hot.
colorful
Yeah.
young
What
lady.
is the tattoo on her
Go ahead
thigh?
and
There's a bunch of
let's
different
zoom in
weird
on these,
tattoos.
Oh, how about the evil twins on her?
That's
know.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I think this is.
It might be.
Oh no, that's from
Go
Army
up,
of
Jen.
Darkness.
Go up.
Oh, is
Jen.
No, that's not Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, it is.
I thought that was that other guy.
Wow,
She's
that
got great tits.
And a
These are
positive
kids.
attitude. You ask
And
me.
I go, she's that's my kind of lady right there.
I love
There's
Portland.
how many chest tattoos does your wife have?
Orlando Bloom.
Chest
I thought it was
tattoo?
Orlando Bloom.
Chest tattoo?
What did you say? How many?
Chest tattoos does she have?
Well, my ex.
Your ex?
Yes, she has none. She has none.
right.
But the night is
Okay.
still.
Does your
young.
wife have any tats?
No, none of
Do you
us
have
do.
any?
No,
Do your kids?
no. I still.
Me
Kids are
neither.
getting them
I have
these
no
days.
tats.
I came. Yeah, I was like, I think I missed the. I'm in that age where
I regret all of them.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
I
cover my tattoos up on stage.
Why?
It's a distraction. A friend
How
of mine told
covered
me
are
that. I got a full sleeve here.
See, I disagree with covering them. I think they look great. In other words, I think
a good friend of ours who's a very successful stand-up comic goes, tattoos are distractions.
I disagree.
Unless it's your audience, your tattoos are distractions.
I was told by way back when they're like, you can't be in really good shape and be a comic.
Those days have definitely changed.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
I heard that a lot.
It
doesn't
like, you
make
can't. You have to have
sense.
they were like, you have to have a comedy body.
That doesn't make sense because Eddie Murphy was fucking shredded in red leather back in the day.
Yeah, he was.
So stupid. Those kinds of things annoy me.
When I hear that, now because I was like, oh, maybe I
out.
Maybe I could just eat. No,
I've been hearing that since 90-5. I just laugh at it. Like, what are you talking about?
Right, but
I'm sorry that my body. I'm sorry I have the best body.
For you, it wasn't an issue, right?
No,
skinny.
Anyway, what were we saying?
Hold on.
What the thing?
Damn it.
What else you got? Chin, give us one
best
more.
body in comedy.
We just want to finish with this one then. So these are just strippers these are strippers at a Portland, Oregon club, and then obviously customers stopped coming in because they're worried about the virus.
What is in the bag?
But yeah, so now they decided to do something called Boober Eats, where they would just go up to, they would order food. The customers would order food, and they would show up. And at first, they were just showing their tits, but now they're covering them up with pasties.
Yeah.
And then I guess they might do a little dance before.
Last time I was in Portland, I was at the Helium there, and I went to go find this Mexican place. Everyone told me to go eat at this Mexican place. I go to the bathroom, and there's a bathroom here, and there's a black door on the right. I go through the black door on the right, and it's a strip club. It's the oldest strip club in Portland. It's fantastic.
Wow.
How old are they?
Fucking enchilada burrito.
I believe I was with
and
you.
Strippers. Not at this one.
Okay.
Derek Poston and Chappelle Lacey were.
Oh, I see.
That's Portland, though. You know, have the most strip clubs per capita than any other city?
Not Atlanta?
Nope.
Huh.
Portland, number one.
Look at that. All right.
Well,
that's pretty much it.
That's the news?
Everything is all coronavirus. This was another one that Conor McGregor really went off. He wants Ireland to basically go into full lockdown mode.
He also released a statement, though, about go to his Twitter, because he released the numbers. People send him the numbers of the success rate.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, well, someone just sent me this. Good news. The success rate's like 98%. There it goes. 18,000 tests, 94% success rate.
We're just on it, right? Let me go back.
94% negative? Or
No, 94% success rate.
I don't know.
Meaning if you get it, you're fine.
Yeah.
Out of 18,000 people, 94% are fine. Now, 6% is a doozy.
Yeah, then you're. But even
it's a numbers game,
right? So the problem when they go like it's you're going to be fine. The problem is if a zillion people, because it's so contagious, a zillion people get it. That's still the hospitals are flooded.
That's the problem. We don't have the infrastructure.
Yeah, we don't have. So it's when I hear people go like, "You're just going to be perfectly fine." It's like, yes, if you have mild symptoms, terrific.
You might need a respirator.
Stay at home.
Yeah,
you might need, but that still means if
you get the one was made in the lab, that one's
the lab.
I have a friend who's a nurse, and she says their hospital right now is kind of dead because so many people are scared that they don't know if they have it for sure. But they think if they're in the hospital, they're going to be surrounded with people that have it, so they're not coming in now.
I heard ibuprofen is not
supposed to help.
It's
No, they're saying it makes it worse in kids.
makes it
It's
worse.
possible. No real studies, but that's what they're saying.
Show me what Connor was saying there. Is that worth watching?
Well, I also read that zinc, people get zinc, and then I looked it up, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't. Really
They're saying vitamin C helps and Z-Pack.
That'd be so funny.
And no, hydro.
Vitamin C. Just take your vitamin C.
Hydrochloroquine.
Yeah.
Hydrochloroquine.
Well, then there's that guy.
Hydroxychloroquine.
That'd definitely help.
That's a malaria drug.
It's a PA.
Right, but then there's that guy in Arizona who took
And he died, but he took a different version, and he did it with
right, but that's the problem when they go, we think it could be this, and people are like, well, this is close enough.
Yeah, dumb.
I misread it. Then people start
There are
dying.
people that die. That's
Hit it, Jen. Goddamn.
Yeah, he is very impassioned in this.
Hello, everyone.
Do you think you could beat him, Brendan?
I would like to address my nation.
Oh, that's a look of a man that could beat him.
To our President, Michael D. Higgins. To Vice Admiral.
Let me put it full screen.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Ireland. I would like to address my nation. To the people of Ireland. To our President,
seems nervous.
Michael D. Higgins. To Vice Admiral Mark Mellett. To Garda Commissioner Drew Harris. Chief Medical Officer Tony Houlihan. Leo, the two Simons, Mary and McHale. I respect you all greatly, and I would like to
Wait a minute. Houlihan's on this?
I want to say that while we are all currently debating a full lockdown, I feel that we must. Any time spent debating this is needless time from the clock. I know a good tough fight when I see one, and we have one on our hands now. I want to call upon my people, the great people of Ireland. This fight needs us all. We are all in the red corner together, awaiting the bell. So let's gather together and ring the bell ourselves, including the people of the rest of the world. True lockdown must begin, and it must.
What if we went through every country?
A lockdown together, a lockdown united. We must close our airports. We must close all non-essential business. We must cut all non-essential travel. Commissioner Harris and Vice Admiral Mellett, we must prepare and deploy our units.
It's good use of his platform.
Any known built-up areas across our country now. President Higgins, you must give these great men and women the power to enforce this task if necessary.
Don't be surprised if he gets into politics, my
I know
friend.
that when the true seriousness of this is understood, as it is becoming now.
Oh, he could be president.
Yeah.
I love him.
What if like
He's
Bono
looking
was his
thick.
vice president?
He's looking every bit. You're right, B. He might be 185.
That was
Big
good.
boy.
Yeah.
Is that it, Chen?
Yeah, that's it.
He's 185.
He might be there.
He gets pretty big, man.
He outweighs you by 50 pounds.
Joel?
I did it again.
Joel?
Shoot.
Listen.
I feel terrible.
We're in the middle of a pandemic, and you came on the podcast. Now, you've been battering me about emotionally.
I don't.
No,
mean
you
to.
do. So you see, you do.
I feel
And now-
terrible.
no, you don't. See, you feel you have a
Are
secret.
your kids
bleed in
going
your
crazy
chest.
at staying at home? Or
No,
they're just playing video games?
they're every 2 seconds
They're boys.
Well, and they socially they can talk with their friends.
Yeah, you're right.
And
They do all that on
yeah.
Skype.
So when they get on a Fortnite game, or like, there's 8 guys from like my 12-year-old's class that they're all playing.
They're all chilling
And they're all
together.
chatting, and they're.
I would have loved it. It's
pretty
If I was like 12, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. I don't have to go to school.
I hated school.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I think for
They're
numerous kids, it's
heaven.
I don't want to say you've been in a very serious time when crazy shit's happening, but I think the kids have that same sort of like, oh no, yeah, we don't have to go to school.
Yeah.
I'll
For
show
high
you.
school seniors, kind of sucks though. No prom.
It's
no
a
sports.
bummer.
Yeah, well, think about any graduations.
Nothing.
And, well, Ken Jeong was gonna do the Duke commencement speech.
Oh, that's right.
And that's not gonna happen.
Ken Jeong.
Well, you do. We'll end on this. You
what'd
do
you
Masked
say?
Singer, right?
Jeong.
Ken Jeong?
Jeong.
Oh, what's that pronunciation? Is that what part of Korea?
I'm glad you asked. That's from the outskirts of Seoul.
Why did you say Seoul that way?
Seoul.
Now you're singing it?
Yeah.
You do Masked Singer with him though, right?
I've done it. Yeah, I do like twice a
You're like
season.
a guest judge.
Yeah. It's fun times.
Have you seen that show, B?
No.
It's bonkers.
I hated it at first. I'm like, what the fuck? These people were in suits. And then it was on TV, and I kind of get into it. You know what I don't like is the judges. I'm sure, I don't know if you've done this, but they're like, is that Beyonce behind the fucking skeleton suit? I'm
Right.
like, hey man, Beyonce's not going to do this show. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you never know.
You're right.
Right here on Fox.
For enough money.
But Ken and I are doing a podcast. I should mention.
Oh, really?
Damn.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because he's an actual doctor, and so we're like, oh, well,
Who?
Ken Jeong.
Oh, Ken Jeong. I'm sorry. He's great. I
what
love
did
Ken.
you-
I thought you said McKenna and I.
Oh.
And I was like, what?
You and Ken are doing
Eventually.
has it started or no?
We are literally going to tape it because we were like, we should talk because he's very good at the medical stuff, and I'm really good at, as you can tell, insulting people. No offense.
No. I love
I
Ken.
did bring
Ken is
you-
very
That's
funny.
a great idea.
He's-
That'd be a good show.
That'd be a good
Well, we'll see.
podcast.
But if we ever get in a place like this, I'll
Well,
feel
you can
very-
have this. I'm retiring anyway, so you can have this.
What?
You're retiring?
Yeah, sorry,
Huh?
Brian.
Let me be a
Your
guest
cash
permanently
cow.
on your podcast.
Hey, look at
Guest
me, B.
permanently? Is
Yeah.
that really a guest?
I don't know.
That's just a family member.
Let me share revenue.
Okay. How much money do you guys make? Can I
A
get
lot. We came here by chopper. That's all you need.
Uber Chopper.
some Uber Chopper?
Yeah.
Isn't that Blackbird service?
Yes, it is.
You ever done that?
No.
All right. That's that Uber for.
Yeah, there's Blade, Blackbird, different ones.
I would like to do it. Now I can sense that things are coming to an end. But I want to let you know.
Podcast why?
This is just starting.
I'm just
Joel,
getting started.
We've been here for 2 hours and 23 minutes.
Is this a record?
Well,
You're
no.
a good guest,
no.
Joe Rogan does like 3 hours.
No,
and
you're an excellent guest.
Yeah, you're a great
This
guest.
is
That's
fantastic.
very true.
We love you.
All right. In conclusion, what have we learned?
We've learned that you're 6'4", you're of Scandinavian descent.
You don't
And
believe in
Irish, half
conspiracy
and half,
theories?
my friend.
Ah, thank
I
you.
don't like conspiracy theories.
You don't like
You know, I
conspiracy theories.
enjoy
You're a
conspiracy
Christian?
theories. Yes. Yes.
You're a hardcore
You know how to
Which
make a-
could be which could very well be a conspiracy.
Taught me how to make a steak.
Me and Brian are going to hell?
I didn't say that. Your friend said that.
Yep.
You're right.
If anybody's going to hell, it's me.
I don't know, dude.
Well, you're
Closer.
a drinker.
I love drinking.
Yeah. We should do a little wine.
Do you like wine?
I'm a wine.
But I'm
a
down for
fanatic.
wine. I'm more
I
of a
will
whiskey
bring you
guy.
so much
fanatic.
wine.
I love
I
Well,
buy
now-
way too much of
No,
it.
we
spend some
need to
time.
go to when things get back to normal. We need to go to that steakhouse.
Yes, we do.
I'll take you.
Let's do it.
And full disclosure, I invested in it. So
Oh.
yeah,
Mandate.
yeah. But I wouldn't have invested in it if I didn't go like, oh, he's the
It's
greatest.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm there.
I can get you a deal.
Kat, send Joel my number and vice versa, please.
Oh,
Yeah.
Group text.
I'm gonna head over there right now to pick up some of their takeout.
Oh, so jealous.
Damn it.
I'm gonna get their short ribs.
All right.
Oh, how dare you?
My kind of
Joel.
guy, Joel.
But I
Joel
also
McHale.
have a fillet at home that I'm gonna split with my wife, and I'll tell you how I cook a fillet the next time.
You're the best, man.
Thank you.
This is the Final Kid. We're out.